Welcome to Meadowbrook Memories Podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glaister Prince, and my co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. When over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small co-educational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 boys, 800 girls and 400 boys into a successful sports and scholastic champion, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we'll be speaking to persons, both male and female, who are actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment which created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement as you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2022. Welcome to our conversation number 10 about Meadowbrook memories. Me, as usual, or some of you know me as Glaister, or Prince, or Lance, anyone will do. And our guest host this week is Hazel, Wildman, who was our superstar guest from podcast number 3. Our guest this week is a man who don't need no introduction, but as Ted Greg would have say, I'm going to give him a proper introduction. He's well known in the schoolboy football fraternity, and even though other big schools have been encouraging him to give up his Meadowbrook citizenship and become a resident of their school, his love and loyalty for our beloved Meadowbrook has never wavered. He epitomizes the line in that great song by the Eagles, Hotel California, because as we are all recognizing by going on memory lane, Meadowbrook is a school where we can check out anytime, but we can never really leave. This man check out a Meadowbrook and gonna make him name as one of the most successful football coach in the last 20 years. But him never really leave Meadowbrook. So without further fanfare, let me introduce my longtime friend, Alfred Hitchcock Henry. Freddie, introduce yourself.
I don't need an introduction, that's Hitchcock, you know? Plain and simple.
I hear you. Everybody knows you as Hitchcock and thing. Well, yes, I'm going to make it to the honors and ask the usual first question. You know the first question?
Yes, man. The first question is, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook choose you?
Would go both ways, you know. Meadowbrook actually chose me in a sense that it was my intention to go to Meadowbrook. But fortunately, it didn't went the way I wanted it to. So actually, Meadowbrook chose me, and I responded and gave the best I could.
So it says, I love affair from the beginning.
Yeah, you know, because actually Meadowbrook, you know, I was on my way to Excelsior. And it so happened that this Sunday before I started Excelsior, I played a game. Connolly game Marvel, which the Meadowbrook coach was on my team. So at that time he was playing for the Jamaican national team and all that. So it was a big time player, but I didn't recognize him. So a little boy about, maybe I was 15. I played this national player. I started ball out instruction to him, turn number 6 and, you know, tell him how to play and all that. So he look around at me. I said, well, this man have vexed because I talk to him. Keep playing, but then keep doing it, and you know I was wondering. Half time he was looking at me, seeing me, but I didn't know why. So I just forget. End of the game, he asked me, "Who I play Manning Cup for?" I said, "No, I don't play Manning Cup. I go to a private school." And they want to go to Meadowbrook, and I answered and that was it. Yeah. Following the Monday, I was with Mr. Top, who accepted me willingly, and that's where my Meadowbrook journey started.
So what year that was, Freddie?
1977.
77. And that when you say him accept, you'd go watch it up in the summer because Money Cup train would be in at the summer.
It was almost close to Money Cup starting, because I was getting my papers ready for Excelsior.
Because Jeffrey Maxwell wanted to go and make Excelsior.
I didn't even practice along with Meadowbrook. A host of players trying to get into Meadowbrook like another complete squad. And I took Jim Roy along with me. And the day of the training, talked to us and told us how he was impressed. And by the end of the week, that's when he told us to go to Mr. Top. And we were the only two he chose at the time. We were trained in the shoes and the body at all. It was me and Jim Roy. And then he went and got in, he was a certified racer people. So he personally went out and got Everett Easington, Leonard Morrison, Junior English, Cornell Dice. All of us came in at the same time.
So you say he went out and get them. You mean the coach or Mr. Top himself?
The coach, because...
And what the coach name? Can I name him? Name the coach.
Devon Jeffrey. Former national player, central defender, wing back.
Yeah, big
Santos stand out, Real Mona stand out.
Big time player. I used to play a Premier card to say, yeah.
Very good player. And also a very good coach. Smart, well, who guided us well. And we were more than welcome by him. Because we so comfortable playing with him. So we decided we're going to give it all. So this time, going to Mr. Top that morning was the first time I entered Meadowbrook. First time. Never been there. Passed the school a couple of times. When I was at Marvel College. You might have what we call Mango Walk. The community was like a mango walk. So we'd go up on Fridays when school keep half day. And climb mango tree and, things like that. But other than that, I never entered. I knew one person who went there, who lived in Marble. A little girl by the name of Blair. I remember her first name, but I know she was one of the Blairs. And she lived on Marble Avenue. She went there. That was, I thought it was even a private or a country school to go in it. At the time, she used to wear like a hat. You know when she used to wear that hat?
Yeah, man, the berry, my sister used to wear them berry, man. Like where the Che Guevara used to wear them. Yeah, I know the berry hat, Freddie.
It was kind of strange seeing people wearing like a hat. That make it even more interesting. Say this is a different kind of school. So you're kind of curious. So that's how I came in, and I said, Devon, welcome us. And let me tell you, Devon, from the beginning, showed us how well he appreciated us. And I said, no, I couldn't even think about going back to Excelsior. Between Devon, Jeffrey, and Jeffrey Maxwell was two completely different persons. Everyone was so welcoming. It's like him knows like 10, 20 years. We weren't. But, Devon and Jeffrey style already. So, Jeffrey Maxwell style. So, it was completely different.
Easy, so like
you went to the last day.
Yep.
Yes, I was asking him, so what was his first impression on the first day?
First day.
You could have segue into that.
Yeah, the first day after walking in the compound, that was when we went with our birth certificate and stuff like that, papers, parents. Because my parents didn't even know that I was going to Meadowbrook, They thought I was going back to Grantham. So I went there without my mother, but her sister, one of our sister took us. And Mr. Top warmly welcomed us again. And he told us that Devon is quite impressed. And he trusted Devon's judgment. And he's going to take us into the school. And he outlined everything that we need to do. I didn't see anyone going into the school. Everybody was in class. The place was just, they were saying, boy, this place look kind of deserted still, but you could see the discipline, because everybody was in class. Nobody was walking around. And when I was coming back out now, that's when I saw that and did it now. With me again, Stereo. Remember Stereo?
Yeah, man, Nigel Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. He was outside and because he knew we were in training, so he stopped both of us and asked us if we got in. I said, yeah, we get in and thing, and So we still didn't see Herbie McDonald, Devon Ponton. They were in sixth form. One of them asked Stereo, a two ball of that. So Stereo tell him, yeah man, and Stereo started giving them the whole download how we play and all of them things. And now that was when Ponton decided to take us on a tour. And the thing is, I've never been into a high school before. Like that. I put down Excelsior and it's outside training. It's just Grantham. And Grantham was a very small private school. So the band took us on a really nice tour. Took us to the new building. At the time, it was a new building.
Just finished,
Just finished. And they showed us the canteen. I think they got us something to eat because sister left us. We went over to the Bursa and Mrs. Smith. She was the principal secretary. She gave us what we needed. And I didn't ask for any voucher and all them things. I didn't give us any voucher to pay no school fee. And that I don't think that thing existed anyway.
No, yeah, that's coming in and we come here at the time. No.
We met Mrs. Smith and she gave us what we have to get and we leave. So me and Jimmy I talked about it on the way home, whether we like it, yes or no. We like the field because the field and the environment on bottom was really good. It was grassy, kind of secluded, good and very conducive to training and so forth. So we decided the football part of it was, we decided on that. Next stage now was whether or not we could accept.
We do?
The school the same because we still didn't sure. As I said, it was a quiet and school just open. School usually open on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Remember? So nothing really happened on the Thursday more than just registration and all these things. So when it comes to Monday now, that's when it starts the people. And everybody was welcoming. It was all welcoming. The boys have football and I can't remember any boys except for Ponton and Herbie McDonald. And so Herbie ended up being my first cricket captain.
Yeah,
so when you come to classroom, which classroom you going in, which class you going in, and who remember the classmate, the more you remember?
Was the first classroom as you entered Meadowbrook. 4C, Form 4C.
Only one right beside the staff room, that's all.
Only classroom near to the industrial arts.
Yeah, you remember exactly what you're talking about.
The thing is, what I heard is that it should have been the technical drawing room. You have the woodwork beside it and the metal work across the side and so forth. So that was what Mr. Top used it as a classroom for extra fourth form. So all of us went to that fourth form. And when we realized Clarence what was Clarence's last name again?
Clarence Wallace.
Clarence Wallace, Joseph Wood was also in that form. So more than 50% of the Manning Cup team was in that form. So it was easy adjusting. The girls were kind of trying to find out who this is, and we kind of meld with the girl them real well. Jean Shaw, I can't forget her, but I remember her. She was older than the rest of the farm. Mr. Gooden brought her in from somewhere. So she was like the person who lead the welcoming party. She was the leader of the welcoming party, along with Cheryl Hyatt.
Cheryl in a fourth farm, too. Yes.
Yeah. And Dr. Morris was the farm teacher.
Really? No, I haven't
Make it even better. Yeah, because I became one of her favorite at the beginning. At the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because she was asking questions of us, what was this and that, how we doing, where we're coming from. And it's like nobody was saying anything. So I decided to take the lead and have a frank discussion with her, break the ice and all of that. And we started to call her Mother Morris. She acted like a mom at the time and she treated us real well.
Yeah.
Very well. I say I was one of her favorite at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Even in future days when the other teachers were complaining about the Monaco players, she would defend me, you know. And every
Mm-hmm.
time I would write a really good essay,
Yeah.
which most people know is my strong point. So she would take it to the staff room and she would read it to the staff. She would keep it and read it to the staff. And then when it come inside the paper now, when the newspaper, and I would get the write-up. At the first game we played against Wolmer's, we lost 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we played better than Wolmer's.
Mm-hmm.
Should have won that game. And I was in all three newspapers. I was in the Gleaner, Star, and the Daily News.
Mm-hmm.
She brought all three newspapers to the staff room and said, "Oh, this can't be my Alfred. This can't be my Alfred."
Mm-hmm.
You know, she always bragging about what I do and make the other teachers know how well I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
The entire staff now kind of cling to me in a very good way. Mr. Dean, yeah, I don't know if you remember Mr. Dean.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yes. Yeah, man.
Great teacher. I'll tell you a story about him in the later part. I think he's one of the best person I met at Meadowbrook in the early days, apart from Miss McLennan and Miss Dr. Morris.
Mm-hmm.
Dean, fine person, even until today. Still
Yes, he
coming.
is. Yes,
Even
he is.
today, he's on my Facebook page. He has my number. I have his number, and he keep going. And he's like one of us,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know. And that's why very warm welcome when we came to Meadowbrook.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the beginning of what it is now, because it's like you come and you just be a part of it, and you can't leave.
Mm-hmm. You can't check out in the time, but you can never really leave, man.
It's ingrained inside of you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, from the very first day. Because when I can tell you, I remember most of the people I met in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were personal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, Alison will walk us down and tell us about the school and tell us about past players. And she and Connor become close friends, and you know, just everybody.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
the only other thing was that the makeup of the student was kind of not frightening, but we had never expect that. I remember that 4C team class, we had like Chinese, white, Indian. So it was like a Jamaica thing.
Mixed.
Out
Out
of
of
anyone.
anyone.
Out
Out of
exactly.
anyone, yeah, you know. So it was everything, and things was moving so fast.
Yeah.
Remember fast. Remember Antoinette Cawley, she was the white one.
Annette Carl, not Antoinette. Annette Carl, yeah.
Annette Cawley.
Mhm.
You have Dean, was the Indian.
Sandra Dean, yes.
Yes. You have
Yeah. I'm in touch with Sandra Dean, you know.
Mhm.
yeah. That was one thing I said about it. This thing is a mixture. Everybody here. You have Pong,
The China youth, yeah. Yeah.
and youth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I forget to him first name. I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
Toby. But Toby was what was Toby's name? I don't remember. But it's that's how personal it was. That we know the aliases
Yeah, more than.
more than the name.
Yeah, no, yes, yeah. We know the nickname more than the original name because the relationship was so affectionate. A nickname you call, man, and a big thing, yeah.
Until you go there from we to start as Pong, to start as Toby and Richard the Paz. I can remember him too.
And was
Richard Cardoza.
Richard Cardoza, yes. Don't get talk about him a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Because the Manning, I just said the Manning Cup team was in 4C. So we blended well. Yeah, that was the first experience. It was good.
Let me ask you something, because initially when you come, because it sound like you and a batch of men were coming. You and Jim Rye and Bonnie Morrison, Everett Easington, Cornell Spence.
Colonel Dice.
Cornell Spence for KC. Was the first set of man them in terms of numbers Meadowbrook ever.
Yeah. The greatest amount was the year before when they brought in, from what I understand, David. What David name again?
David Walker, I'm captain of the team. Yeah.
No man, that was Anthony Walker, man.
David McLeod. Yes.
McLeod.
Yeah.
It was the 2 and 3 laps.
Oh.
3 laps.
And
3 laps.
Yes, I forget the real name, Freddie. And they call him.
Easy, Michael Easy.
Yeah. Them name that's.
That was the only time, and I think Harvey came into, but I'm not sure.
Anthony Harvey come in the year before too. Yes.
before that.
Yeah. 76. Yeah, you're right, Freddie. You're right. Right. So the bottom man, the first set of man is like Meadowbrook bringing more man than ever before, and it's something we G talked about earlier. In it, most of the other school them that do that already, Cause that's why them could have dominate and beat you up so much. The first time we consciously go out, and it was Devon part or Mr. Top change, but
it was on Devon, because Devon actually kind of check the ages of the players that are coming in. It's kind of building a team. First 2 games we played that year, we lost the first game to Wildman. Second game, we lost to Campion, who was playing the first season Manning Cup. Yeah, and then Mr. Forbes summoned us to his office, and he said, like, he made a big gesture or something by taking us in. Because Devon recommended us highly. We were highly recommended by Devon. But he's given us a couple of games to improve because he don't want to think that we are there by under false pretense. So the next game we went out and played JC. And we beat them 2-1. And that was where it started.
So by the time you come into the school, then you're done familiar with most of the Manning Cup team already by that time. Then, because you trained them a couple of days.
As I say, the people were welcoming, so it's easy to adjust and know people personally, There was no discomfort at all, man. Nothing. There's nothing I can complain about my first day at Meadowbrook, or even to say my entire time at Meadowbrook.
I hear you. So
who were some of the teachers who
would have gone back?
Yes,
Hazel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who were some of the teachers who had an impact on you or left an impact on you? From Miss Morris first.
But there were so many. So many. And even Spanner was, and I said that it was an indelible, left an indelible mark.
So hold on, don't go further, because you're coming like you didn't know her from before. When was the first time you meet Spanner? Or you meet her, and when was the first time you meet her?
I didn't meet Spanner until about the first house meeting. Because what happened, someone told me, I think it's Herbie, who told me I was in Ratney. So Ratney was close to our classroom, so I had to walk across to the hall, and that was Ratney. So I went to Ratney, and then Miss McClellan saw me at the steps. You have some steps at the front of the auditorium.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And she realized that I wasn't a long-time student. So she called me and asked me which school I'm coming from, and the quiz. I answered her real well, and she was happy with the way. She asked me, "What is my what am I expecting from it?" My ambitions and all those things. So I told her, and then the following house meeting again, she turned up. But this time she turned up and told me that I was in Saunders. I was at the wrong place.
She recruits you out of Ratney, Freddie, I that you know.
Young man, you're at the wrong place. Young man, you're at the wrong place. So following the third house meeting now, I still didn't turn up to Saunders. And she stopped Ratney's house meeting and said, calling Alfred Henry. And so I showed myself, and she asked excuse from I don't remember who was the teacher in charge of the house meeting, and she led me down to Saunders, all the way down by the physics.
Greenhouse, me say, Saunders every time.
That was it. Saunders was where I stayed forever.
Ever.
I'll know.
Saunders, me say.
Yes, man, I make sure she recruit the best people and put in a Saunders. Yeah.
I really appreciate it, because I don't remember losing anything at Meadowbrook from I was there for 3 years. Nothing.
Me too. Nothing.
Everything.
Want to mash up everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and even that about the house, the meetings and whenever we gather.
Yeah.
It was positive. It's like we just have this confidence we can't lose anything.
Yeah, the spirit, of course.
When you enter, because Delapena and the other people who were leading the house, those captains and so on.
That a Mark Delapena.
Yeah, they know everybody.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
farm and anything that was happening, they would come to the farm and you feel like you're part of it and you couldn't go nowhere else. Anders.
So the experience is new to you, Freddie, in terms of how the hosting and all them things and the organization of the school. There's a new...
You know, as I told you, I never been to an high school before. It was Grantham. And Grantham was just one little building. First, second, third floor. Just up and down, up and down. You see everybody in the walkway and all of that. It was a really different kind of atmosphere. But me being the type of person I was, I take my time and figure out who was a nice person, who was not so nice one. And it took me a while because I don't talk up to people like that. You know, I don't go up and just talk to people. So I was laying back most of the time and watching and see who is who and that. But other than that, it was great.
So here's the ask you a question initially. I mean, kind of to track you.
Yeah.
That teachers them. What kind of inspire you?
Dr. Morris was definitely one. Miss Brown, she married named Drummond afterwards. Yeah, I think she helped me with my writing. A very great point. Because she believed I was one of the best writers she ever taught. My ideas and you know, I would just come up with things and all that, write stories.
No, I just say writer. You know, it's today when I was doing some research on you, I realized that you're a journalist too.
Yeah, I'm a journalist, but I don't use it yet.
I just didn't know that. So let me just do some research for this thing, and I saw that you were a journalist, and I didn't know that. You know that, Jelly?
Yeah, man, me and talk about it already, man. Tell me some of them journalism degree, man, and tell me that, so.
We'll leave that for another later.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah, because I want to say something about that.
Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, so that. So Mrs. Drummond. Yeah, no, man, you're talking Mrs. Drummond. You go ahead, man.
Yeah, Mrs. Drummond now because she was her literature teacher. And she really encouraged my my writing.
Our brother was coming to school at the time.
Who?
Our brother, you don't know our brother.
No, I don't know our brother, you know.
Lincoln Brown was our brother, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't.
You don't know him. He become a sixth farm anyway. Maybe you don't know him. Become a sixth farm from Calabar.
You know, flip by the way.
Yeah.
You know, she would encourage me, and I did she gave us some first assignment I did for her in fifth form because I know I transferred from the C stream to the A stream. I was in 5A now, but in 5A was all girls. Nearly girls in the literature, not the
science. Yeah, not the science. Yeah.
Because most boys didn't want the literature, so it was me, Jago, and Oral.
At Harold Cameron, yeah.
Yeah, it was only 3 of us in the literature class. So she gave us 10 words. I said we could write a paragraph, we must use all 10 words. And it took me no time, but somehow I got in all 10 words, and I got 98. But she didn't tell me why I didn't get 100, but all 10 words were used and all of that. And everybody started saying, never seen that before. After that, now she started encouraging me to write. I would write some, I would say, she will give us like, rhyme and reason. Asked us to use, that was a book we used in GC at the time. So she asked us to use rhyme and reason to make up our own thing and whatever. You know, one even we were by the 37 bus stop round by the red carpet. Look a place we call Red Carpet.
Yeah, man. Right beside the prep school. You got to be a cricket round there and football. Yeah, man.
Well, to come and I start to write to put down some words on paper and thing. I said, you know what, I can show Mrs. Drummond this and hear what she said. And just so you know, this could develop into not even a poem, but a story. Yeah. And everything she asked me to do and I do, she tell me it could be something else. Not saying that is not good enough.
Yeah.
But she said this could develop into something, a very good story, and she related. So just want me to be a writer, and I think it helped. But even when I went to college here, Michael wasn't so bad when I went to Michael, but when I came here and started doing the English courses, some of that came into play. So until this day, still Mrs. Drummond. Mr. Grant.
Robin Grant.
Was another one.
He was a former Meadowbrook boy though.
Yeah, and he likes sports.
Yeah.
So he was always talking about my ability to play sports and do well in school, do his work and all of that. Then you have Miss what's her name now? It was a skinny brown teacher. What's her name again?
What's your teacher? Miss Richards the attack.
Miss Richards.
Yeah, man. I'm a favorite teacher. That man, Miss Richards. Yeah.
She was young and vibrant, and then she worked with us well.
Yeah. What you taught?
Geography.
Okay.
Yeah. So and see, if you notice, I ended up teaching all the subjects that those people
what inspire you? The teacher that will inspire you. Yeah.
Someone with English, and Mr. Grant with history, and Miss Richards with geography. So I ended up teaching all three subjects. Yeah, so that was the real ones. Plus, Dr. Morris was English also, because she taught us language.
Yeah. But you realize something, Freddie, if you ever think about it that way, that you are described or you come in as a footballer, and most of the time, baller have reputation to say.
No, the schoolwork.
Yeah, you have all you do is walk around a book in your back pocket and you're not interested in the schoolwork. You blow that meter through the door and it's like the standard Devon could not have picked a better person to represent him in terms of say we're coming for play football, good enough to play both football and cricket, and we'll come to that. And you establish yourself where you move from the C stream, as Dougie described our C stream and Meadowbrook, to the A stream. You ever think about it that way they say, boy, you were the perfect flag bearer for the footballers them, or anybody will come in and Meadowbrook after that. I never not think about it that way there yet.
No, actually, no, you saying it is the only time it really comes up, because if you know me how aggressive I am on the pitch, when I'm batting, when I'm bowling, I want to do well. You know? Football in the same way I play, the same way I play the cricket, and anything else. So there was that competitive nature inside of me, where I want to do well at anything that I do.
Even in the classroom.
A lot of people take it for something different. They just win, I want to win. But it's hard work. I work so hard sometimes. You wouldn't believe it, man. Because even when I train at Meadowbrook, after training, I would go home and my father would advise me. He said, what I must do is take a nap. Don't study right away. And he will wake me up at what time he must wake me up so I can study. And he would say, I study for 2 hours tonight or whatever. I'll come and him turn off the light and say, go to bed. Because my father is one of those persons who education was key to him. He doesn't believe in anything else. Everything else come after education. Because that was the only way we could get out of the ghetto and don't take the ghetto with us. You know, because he tried very hard to get us out of the ghetto, and he wanted us to stay out of it. He is looking down on anyone, you know, but he believes this is the way for people who are less fortunate in terms of
to
finance.
better themselves.
To better themselves. So even when we go to the country and we would want to catch water and put the pan on our head and all, they say, no, we can't do that. We don't put anything on our head. Don't let him still put anything on our head, you know.
You want your brain safe.
So if I get into maths, I can put every effort into it, even though I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned it to you one time, I was a third farmer.
Yeah.
Who helped barely pass my maths GCE. I got a C. I got a C, and it was a third farmer who helped me.
Kind of was so good at maths, but you get help.
But I still tried and I seek help.
Yeah.
Where the help coming from? I want to get a good grade. You know? So that was all the cricket and anything I do. Trust me, if I'm not going to do it well, I don't do it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back a little bit. Because you come in to play a Manning Cup, and the first season of Manning Cup, how successful was it? in terms of the season itself?
Started out badly because we, as I said, lose the 2 first game.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing good. We are still playing good football.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time we beat JC, everything turned around and we started winning some games.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember exactly how many we won and how many we lost. But after the JC game and we started going, we did fairly well. But the real thing didn't show until 78. First game in 78 was when we realized that we were a good team, could even win the league.
So who win the 77 Manning Cup, you remember?
Calabar win, man.
Calabar.
Yeah, I bring up our Calabar, Freddie, but
Yes, and
Because Alfred knows my husband was on that team.
yeah, man, Angla, big player upon that team, man. Candice, yeah.
they're a good team because most of them are my friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ken was
Even
living
now.
nearby. Ken was living nearby. Max was living nearby. Max Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy Sewell and
Buddy. Yeah.
Buddy and Sewell and
Brody was living in Avondale.
Brody was living in Uenden.
Yeah.
Gilly Chang was in Pembroke.
Who that?
Yeah. Gilly Chang.
Yeah, Gilly Chang. Yeah, live by Pramaka. Yeah.
I was kind of grew up in the same area.
Uh-huh.
I even know my body still talking every now and then, So it was a good thing that they have. And we played in the following year with Junior Love.
Yeah, so tell me about that, because I'm going to ask about that match today. Now. Meeting say one of the most significant turning points in Meadowbrook sports history. The match, the first match, 78 Manning Cup match against KC. Tell me about that match, because everybody remember that match. The first time I ever beat KC, and beating KC a big thing. Beating KC or Calabar a big thing for we at the time. So tell me about that match.
KC game, I told you, we were. My spirit tell you, how me staring me out on the fields, like, and playing KC double the intensity when they come to me. If I lose them KC. And when Devon showed us the schedule, and we see KC as the first match, Devon said to us, listen, I love this game. Because we're not supposed to win this game. We lose before. KC marked on this 3 points already, I'm telling you that. But you know what? We're going to surprise them. And when Devon said that, him never said like Kennedy, it was not the usual Devon. Because the year before, it was more a laser-free type of person, and so on.
Laid back, yeah.
The intensity was in, but I said to myself, Coach, you believe in me. I will believe in you, and I can do my best to make sure we win this game tomorrow. He said, even if you lose, it's a good measuring stick to see where we are, what we can do, and how far we can go. So just go inside it, open, and everything, and that was it. Turn up the match day. Everybody have a straight face, but it's not a straight face like them covered or anything like that,
But before you talk about the match, tell me some of the players that I remember play on that team there.
Oh, let me see if I can remember the starting team. I started in goal. Cornell was at left back. Again, Cornell. Jim Rye was at right back. Ricky and Scary Johnson. 2 central defender. He was 2 midfielders. It was Bonnie and Magic Head. What car?
I never started school yet.
No. No, I think that's wrong with that, I think it was Ira. It's Ira. And Magic Head has left to
Excelsior.
Yes, yeah. And then we have up front was Ever. Bonnie.
Easington.
English. Bonnie Ever and English. I don't remember who was the right side player.
Patrick never played on that team there.
Yeah, Patrick was on the team. Patrick didn't start. Patrick was in the team. I think Dragon came in but didn't play. I think that was the nucleus of the team. And then Madcap was one of the reserve
Reserve
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was basically the team.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we go to the match now, and you see everybody straight face, so continue.
Yeah, man, because we don't tell them already, I said to them, gentlemen, I can't keep them KC, man, prevent them from shoot inside of the box, We're all right. Because the only way them can score is them come inside of this box. And when they come, don't come in some crowded, is my area, let me deal with it. That's what instruction me get to my defender. Don't back off and come, let them come, because them come a crowded area, and I want my clean space to deal with it. So that was clear from the outset. And we start attacking because Devon told us that we should be the dominant team. Don't watch how they're playing. We must just go out and dominate. So we frightened them, really. They got scared. And in the beginning, we run at them like this. We just running at them. I say run, running at them. And we got some chances early. We didn't take them. And we balanced out the first half. And the first half, we knew that we were going to do well in the second half. Because we would have to improve on what we were doing and get the goal. And that was what the coach said. But the surprising thing is, when I went inside, I was making save after save. I was taking ball off Salah Lewis' foot and Gervin and the whole of them. And when I go inside the change room, the coach came out to me first. I said, Hitchcock, you're a blasted idiot or what? I said, what the coach could have said that to me and the whole stadium said me the outstanding person so far. Then he said to me, you don't see the two KC center of them can't hit the ball. So I said, Coach, what do you mean by that? He said, them can't hit the ball. But coach, you told me to play the ball out from the back. So I played the ball out to the wing backs. So he's saying, no, we must expect better that from me because I should realize now that the two center halves can't hit the ball. So I should go away from what he told me and take charge of the game because I was out on the field. He was on the bench. He couldn't help it. What he wanted is want me to lead. He was satisfied with my play, but he didn't satisfy with my leadership qualities. And that stayed with me for a long time. And tell him what to do. He doesn't say to me, I'll leave it. So what he can do is we used to practice a drop kick thing from Alfred Edwards. So Alfred used to come and help us in the evening goalkeepers because him and Devon was
Big Santos friend, yeah,
and co-worker.
Yeah.
Alfred used to help me with the drop kick. Drop it and kick it so it don't go too high. So I start carry the ball up to the head of the 18-yard and drop kick and it just go hard with a lot of force straight to the defender. A defender eventually put him hand up and hands the ball in the penalty area. And we got a penalty. Never stepped up and scored. And that was it. Devon came to the line and said, all right, what we must do now is go back to the short passing. I would play it over from the back and we just keep it on the flank. Don't make it come inside the middle as much as, We should switching it, we get inside the middle and switch it to the next side real quick. And keep switching it, let them chase us. I would just keep position for the entire rest of the second half, and that was it. After the game finished, man, I don't know.
I like winning Manning Cup. I like winning Manning Cup.
It was a huge crowd inside the stadium today. We have at least 30,000 people inside the stadium.
Yeah, that's another thing again. All the match play a stadium for through the year. Yes. Them time
and the second game of the doubleheader was Calabar Camperdown.
So another big game back. Yeah.
It's two big games, Camperdown have them crowd that time because they was one who win Manning Cup that year.
You were Thomas McLean.
Yeah. And Calabar won the year before.
Defending champion. Yeah.
KC won 75. Something like that. Whatever it was. But it was that kind of crowd.
Yeah.
And when we leave the stadium that night, man, I don't know whether we're in 10 or 20 or 15 heaven, but something else. Eating KC inside National Stadium in front of about 30,000 people. And now the people from KC will live in the UNDN. So Gervin, Spence, and two more things. I didn't see them for about a month,
Them hide from me. So what I'm to the man what got brother will play upon that team. Him name again.
No, he didn't play 78, you know.
Oh, 79 play. When name again? Forget him name, him first name.
Tready on, Christopher on.
Christopher Hunt, yeah.
He played 70 on.
Yeah. No man, so the next when you come to school now, what kind of reception you get at school?
I took a back seat still. I didn't put myself out because I actually came to school very early, as usual. And my classroom was up top, now around the back. We're upstairs, the new building around the canteen, Omic Center now.
Mm-hmm.
We're like the last classroom upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Go in and sit by the classroom until everybody come on to Mr. McLean and announce that it's outside assembly.
Mm-hmm. On the tennis court.
Yeah, outside assembly. Everybody run down, me still upstairs. And some of the girl would pass by and they would say, lucky. And I keep saying it, that we're lucky we'll be Casey and, still Casey. A lot of girls were actually Casey supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss McLennan brought us out and she brought the newspaper. Where the two newspapers at the time was the Gleaner and the Daily News.
Mm-hmm.
And she held it up in the assembly outside there and she showed everybody. The headline on the Daily News was a big bull upset with exclamation behind it and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
She went to the school and assembly lasted for a long time because she presented the entire team to the school.
Mm-hmm.
It was lined up and stay on stage until assembly was over. And the whole works,
Mm-hmm.
excitement all over and things. So it was a good experience, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that changed the Meadowbrook approach at the time to whole sports team because when I came there, Meadowbrook was losing 7-0 and all kind of different things. Because in the first game we played against Wildman, which I believe we should have won. I was amazed when I reached Crossroads. Some people said, "You man, are you keep from Meadowbrook?" Dreadlocks. And them said to me, "What is the score?" Some said, "Boy, we lose 2-0." Man kiss him teeth and walk away and said, "Woolman's not good."
Guy can expect to beat him more. Yeah.
So that one was one thing that pushed me even the second year to work harder. As,
Yeah, that particular game that was Friday, it was an inspiration for most of the school. It was a psychological shift, and in the youth, them were just in a first time at the time, I just come out of school and hear about like I see that game, then talk about that game there. It changed the psyche of the school in such a way, it's like it reflect in terms of going forward how they start doing afterward. But that particular game, like change up. Yeah, go ahead.
We didn't all win the game in a jet. We outplayed them, It was an easy thing. They have good players. There are people like Rodney. They have Dr. What's his name now? What doctor get Grant?
Yeah.
Daddy Grant.
Yes, Horace Grant, Daddy Grant. Yeah.
Washington from up by Chartwood. Some players were playing Cavaliers and all kind of different teams.
Yeah, a big team, no more, man. It wasn't like a small team, a big team.
Outplay them completely, outplay them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. But I need to talk about that because someone that talk about that on the chat group to them. I ask you about that game because it changed the psyche of the school.
Yeah, man, to start up big things in football for Meadowbrook.
Not just football, yes, everything. I change how man feel about him school. Him now feel say boy a school just come beat him up or so, so yeah.
I remember this guy who wrote in the newspaper that Meadowbrook is no longer Cinderella, or Cinderella has come home or something like that. His name was Freckleton, I remember him.
Yeah, man, remember the name.
So Meadowbrook were no longer a Cinderella team.
Mm-hmm.
I will not step up and take our place. That was probably he was one of the best writer of schoolboy football in Jamaica.
I'm actually go watch a match, man, and talk about him.
And when I'm right, it's like you were there. Because even he wrote my name, he called me Bill Henry in a game. Yeah, and the following article he wrote, he apologized.
Correct it.
Yeah, him so detailed with him writing, and he was one of the writers who I think help in promoting the football. He would come to your practice, would ask you just question, after after the records, he would just ask you a question and he would find out something about what you tell him. You're not going to report it or write it.
It's true. I can have some articles that I send.
The man, very good bass cricketer. Him and the one with Ken Chaplin.
Was referee to one time.
Yeah, because these writers now who doing they would one thing that I hate to step a little bit now when I start coaching is people writing article and calling me the coach to tell them whether it's a 2-1, 3-1.
So them even interested in the game at all.
If you don't come the game, don't write about it.
Yeah. Let them write it from them desk. Them get a report from somebody. That's not first hand knowledge that.
And in a lot of ways, it's against journalism ethics. Because you can cause a lot of things and it mislead people and all of that. But that's how they were. But Mr. Franklin and Chaplin and all those people, great writers. Great.
So, let me ask you something. Because you say you did start play cricket. Where first introduction to cricket at Meadowbrook? Because you never come there to play in cricket at all. You come there as a footballer.
No, some of the footballers know I used to play cricket too, know me.
Like Stereo. Stereo is a cricketer and a footballer, yeah.
Because what happened is, during this summer, they have what they call Kingston Wharf. I don't remember that cricket, Kingston Wharf cricket.
Yes, yeah, man. Yeah. I know you're talking.
So what happened was, I went and played a Kingston Wharf game down by Sabina Park and leave directly from the game. Got somebody picked me up on camera directly to practice the evening.
So we are playing from Kingston Wharf?
Melbourne.
Okay.
Because at that time I already left Boys Town.
Oh, so you Melbourne at the club itself?
Yeah, the club, yeah. Melbourne cricket.
I used to play for Melbourne, Freddie, yeah, but go ahead, yeah.
And then everybody see me in the cricket games because I came in my cricket games, everything training and games quickly. So they start talking about cricket now and everything, but they didn't see me play. Nobody seen me play before at Meadowbrook. But the first time I was introduced to cricket was Mr. Simpson. Simpson.
Simpson as the coach, yeah.
I told Herbie that I used to play cricket, so Herbie knew. So they were practicing one evening, and I didn't bring any uniform because they didn't tell me we were training. And I stood behind the woodwork place just watching them. Because they used to practice on the tree. You know the tree? Right?
Yeah, man. Right at the top field, the concrete picture, yeah.
And Herbie told Mr. Simpson that the goalkeeper can play cricket. Just him to call me and say, give me a knock, see him even. But I didn't have no equipment. I say all I have to do is take off my shirt and put on a different shirt and I could play my pants and thing. And he gave me one of those, batting gloves inside the green thing, spike thing.
Some WG Grace glove them the Freddy, you know that? Yes, sorry, I don't know cricket. WG Grace, I want to play cricket from the 1920s or before. So...
So I said to myself now, when I give them
tips of Freddie. Yeah.
And the inside kind of eat out and all that thing.
Freddie, I like your finger your butt and a tips your butt with, yeah.
Serious thing, man. Someone says, what kind of thing does them give me for use? What you for? What's outdated, you know?
Yeah.
And the bat now was a white Slazenger.
Yeah.
So that double everything. So some other bowler were bowling. So I don't remember who were bowlers, but Ray Boy I think was one of them. Raymond Holmes.
Yeah, Raymond Holmes. Yeah.
The bowler nice, he could spin and so on. So since I threw him and know him can bat, I just give it like to the end of the training.
Yeah.
Knock two. So we just go down and push them back, you know?
Yeah.
Them say, boy, you can line, man. You appear at about line. Some say you can line. Just push them back and push them back. You don't say, all right, then throw a ball and get cracking.
Yeah. And that for the record, that is Glenn Atkins. So I said record. The fastest man never see come a Meadowbrook. But go ahead, Freddie, yeah.
Him put on Cracking me now and say Cracking must bowl two at me to see what me really make out or something.
So you never know Cracking before?
No, I didn't know Cracking. Cracking was bowling and things. So I saw him that day bowling earlier, you know. I started off the new ball. But I'm not sure if it was bowling new ball when it was bowling to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Cracking start bowling and I still keep pushing him back. See him not hitting nobody.
Yeah.
He said to me, six leave. Cracking was probably fourth ball in the sixth. And we decided I'm going to have a go because, you know, I'm decided for bat out of the crease and step down a little bit. So we just make push 1 foot forward and swing through the line.
Mm-hmm.
And Cracking end up in the mango tree them on the building there.
Mm-hmm.
Cracking said, no, one more. You can't tell me what happened after that.
Yeah, man. When I come up the head, man, me know that. You have to get out of the way, Freddie. I know.
And the thing is now, it's a good thing. When the grand time, you know, Danny James always come over and watch my battle.
Yeah.
And I always tell him that bouncer is a harmless ball.
Mm-hmm.
Out here, you have to come down for out here. If you don't go up, they got trouble. You can't out here.
Mm-hmm.
You must stay side on and you're good.
Mm-hmm. And Freddie, I'm just correct it because sometimes I call nickname. Either might not know how, and people I don't know. Danny Jerome, that great Richard Aston who played for.
Yeah, man. Danny Jerome.
People are here, Hazel and know, and I say, how that? But Danny Jerome, Richard Aston played for Jamaica and West Indies, one of the most multi-talented.
South Africa.
Yes.
South Africa. Come back.
But one of the most multi-talented sportsman.
Yeah,
Freddie, could I tell you?
And play
football, cricket, table tennis.
Yeah, after pass Cracking now. Cracking ball one in front. It was and tell you, like Cracking think about it walking back in a man. Like, you know, you can't leave Cracking and I tell you.
Freddie?
What is it to Danny Jerome?
Freddie, repeat what I say, I did go a while. Repeat what I say.
No, I'm saying that Cracking must have really think about bowling this ball, going back to his bowl run up. Because you know you can't leave Cracking. If it's practice, don't leave Cracking. If it's mud, don't leave Cracking. The ball pass about 2 inches from my nose.
Yeah.
Because he can't beat edge, you know. And we're supposed to just fly past like a fly, but true, I'll not tell you that Danny James is the person who helped me with my batting from an early age.
Yeah.
And I always, you must keep your head still, you must keep your head still, you know. So I don't pull up and drop my hand and pull my head out of the way. And that was it. Okay. I know now that whenever I play Cracking in training, be careful.
Yeah. But let me ask you something, and the question does come up to me now since today I talk about both the football and cricket, because you play both sport at Meadowbrook, right? You end up a captain of the Sunlight team. I don't think you're the captain of the Money Cup team.
I played tennis team, table tennis team.
We never even know that. For the school?
Yeah.
Never even know that, Freddie. You like Jerome themselves. Yeah, but remember I play because I never play tennis at the school. I never good enough to play table tennis. I watch the table, but I never know I used to play. But you can't tell me about that too.
Yeah, man. I got in the table tennis team again by accident, you know. Remember the dread used to have us doing the circuiting inside the auditorium. Step-ups and the waiting. So the table tennis team was practicing inside the auditorium also with Bailey. You know Bailey and Fergie.
Remember Fergie and Bailey again. Yeah, remember
Nigel Ferguson.
Nigel Ferguson. I know him. Yeah.
A cadet youth man, Bailey, a brown cadet youth.
Yeah. I can't.
Who was the captain of the table tennis team.
Yeah.
We decided we're going to play them a little game. Play against them, cricket against table tennis.
Yeah.
And Dango could play a good table tennis too.
Yeah.
Dango Hines. Myself, Cracking, and I don't know if Cracking play, but Pighead, Stafford Duffers.
Could I play table tennis good too?
So I tell him no, I want to play the captain. I want to play against the captain. And beat the captain, and that was it.
I saw you get on the team.
I just beat the captain, and that was it. Because before I even came to Meadowbrook, I beat a KC national player in Tilted. If you remember a guy named called David Marshall.
Yeah, man, I feel him come to mind at the time, man. Yeah.
He played at Gainstead before going to KC.
And you used to go against it?
Yeah, I go against it first.
Oh, so you
and then I played against him then when I was at Grantham. And I beat him at Grantham.
And it was a big time national table tennis player. I never have known that, Fred.
It was a national player first, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But hold on. Before me ask you the question, I'm going to ask you. Because I mentioned the man name now, and you just a brush past it, so. A man name overpowering about our life. You mentioned the Dread or Mr. Year. At what year did you meet Mr. Year? Because you said Mr. Simpson coached the first year, didn't you know? And
because I was very introduced by Mr. Simpson.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, as you know, was Mike here. And with Mike here, it wasn't just cricket. It's a whole world by itself, to be honest with you, with me and Mike. Yeah, we're different. It was a different kind of relationship. It was not only cricket, even football or anything, but it was a trust. I don't know why he used to trust me like that. I don't know what I impressed him with, but from we met the first time, between me and him, we never separate. When I was at JIS, when I went to find out how they treated him up there, because when I went to JC, that's a little bit ahead, but when I went to JC, he called to find out how my relationship was with Jimmy Adams. Because I told you, when I went to JC, Jimmy Adams was the captain of the cricket team. And I started coaching the cricket team when Jimmy was captain. So he was saying if the relationship with me and him was good because he was already a national player. And all of that. And he helped me through a lot of things, a whole lot of situations, man. If you notice, I didn't mention him because, as I said, that might take a whole night.
Who that?
But Mr. Here.
No, but you have to mention him. Will I take all night, yes or no? You can't. When you first meet like with him.
But remember, Candice, I forgot work in the morning and he's like,
Remember, he's the one who was behind me, so we're not so late yet. Don't worry.
Is he going to do a part 2? This one need a part 2.
We might have for years, but we have a little time left. We just go 1 hour, Freddy, so we don't have to worry about the time yet. When you go 2 hours, we send Hazel our bed to our husband. Don't worry. Yeah, so talk about meeting with Mr. Year because we can't do a part 2 years, and a big thing. If we feel left for Freddy return, let's come back.
The thing is, my first meeting with Mr. Year wasn't cricket, It was actually football because he was surprised that I wasn't captain of the Manning Cup team.
Yeah.
He was really surprised that I wasn't the vice captain of the Manning Cup team. Because he would come to the bottom field practice, football practice. We watch us play and see what happening, that I was the one controlling the team talk after game, before training and so on and so forth. So he actually thought I was a captain.
Yeah.
So then who's the captain? And I told him Bunny. It was Leonard Marson.
Yeah.
And him usually scratch me that one finger.
Scratch him blocks, yeah.
And then turn away. This side, just turn away. And from then him asked me questions about the football and so on and so forth, and just keep going here and there. So when the cricket season started, I didn't actually start out the cricket at the outset because cricket always start training before Manning Cup finish. So I think of while the cricket team started training that time. Honestly, that year I didn't take cricket too seriously. For some reason I didn't play too much cricket that 79 cricket season.
Yeah.
It was, but I really got into Mr. Here now in terms of cricket was, I think it was house match. It was the first 78 house match cricket matches, and he would watch me captain the Sanders team, and I was actually a coach and everything at the same time, and he would come and talk to me if I played cricket where I used to play before, and I started calling some names. I told him, good relationship with Richard Astin, Sonny Levy, Lloyd Morgan, the old boys, some people, Lyndon Wright and all them people tell him something. But wait, like him saying, but how you so into football and not cricket and you grew up with all these people? Because, at Boys Town, every young player have a mentor. And I used to live in Sonny Levy's yard, which is Leonard Levy.
Yeah, so
he played on the Jamaica.
He used to live in a Boys Town, Freddie. I never even know that.
Yeah. He used to be he was one of the players on the first Shell Shield winning team for Jamaica in 1969. Yeah, so telling them people and keep watching me, some keep talking about cricket and what happened the year before, how did we play and what we think about this player and that player. I keep telling him things. And I don't know, but the following year now, this was 1980. Again, it was the Sanders team. We were playing Ward in the house cricket final. Every who never knows them again. Because I distinctly remember sending out the message that Sanders have match. But it's like De La Pena missed the announcement or something. And boy, Diego said, Freddie, we're not getting the points, Can't get them.
Yeah.
Diego serious about it. So we walk up and down through the school now. We'll get some first falls and, other people we know could just feel what the 11. And Diego said, me and him are out the batting. When him just bat through the overs and things. But the way I handled the field and rotate the bowling and whatever, the Dreads was more than impressed. So the following day now, he came to me with a piece of paper and he wrote my name at the top, one name, and write captain beside. So he gave me the captain of the team before we even train.
For me even pick a squad.
Yeah, I just go on and get the name of people who interested. And he would he added some youth, some younger people from the under 16. Noel Curtis. Noel Curtis.
Sponsor, yeah.
Sponsor, yeah. He was one of the young ones that he told me that he wanted me to guide. And there was another one, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if I can't remember who, to be honest. But I know Curtis was on it because he was probably better than most of the under 16. I think he played some I think Freddie Bent was Freddie Bent a young one?
Yeah, Freddie and Curtis. Freddie was a year older than Curtis. Pele, yeah. Henry Johnson, yeah. Pele, yes.
It was a young people that he add them to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then he draw, when I gave him the paper with the names, he added those and draw a line and say, all right, I must pay attention to these. And that's the beginning of the 1980 season. That was how me and Dread really connect. But I say he has this kind of different, I was like, I don't even know how to put it. It was a mentorship. But like he was telling me this is what you are. This is what you are going to be.
But
he didn't have to teach me anything in terms of, because he looked at me more like a 25-year-old than a 18.
Let me ask you something though. Let me cut in here. Let me ask you something. In going school, Freddie, what is it that you wanted to do when you grow up? What was your ambition to be? Teacher?
I want to be a lawyer. A lawyer. I always want to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Basically by watching movie and things like that. I wanted to be a lawyer, yeah.
Because I asked the question for several reasons. I remember one of the podcasts before this one, I know it was mentioned, I think you mentioned it, that someone said, when they ask about their son going to some school and football, and the last comment was, that's why you're a coach, and and I always remember that, because I said people always this stereotype, and think that, you're just a coach, not knowing you have degree, first degree, masters. They don't know them things about you. People just judge you. See, you want to be a lawyer, you're a coach, you're a journalist, you're a teacher, you have master's degree, and people don't know these things.
Them don't realize that this is a man that will have a pedigree and class.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why you're a coach, but I don't realize that. I said, what must one of your love? Coaches just wanted something that you love to do.
But the thing is, because when I coach, I don't take it as a profession. It's more recreational for me.
Yes.
But again, that thing inside of me where I just want to do well. So even when I coach, which is not really a profession, I'm going to do the best at it. I'm going to try to do the best at it at all times.
Yeah.
But when you realize, though, the mindset there has changed, Because in terms of say coaching is not a profession.
Yes.
It's necessary. Enough coach, big time coach get probably plenty more than enough big time in terms of and recognition and all them things. Then
that's something you love. That people don't know that so a lot of coaches are qualified.
Yeah.
But it caused a problem when I returned to JC the last segment,
The last stint.
The last sojourn.
Because maybe the JC people won't hear it because I'm.
Hello?
Freddie.
Wake up.
You're cutting out. Repeat yourself, Freddie. Repeat what I said. Yeah, you cut out, yeah.
And it actually caused a problem when I came back to JC last time. Because when I came back, I was getting higher pay than the entire teaching staff except for the vice principal and the principal.
So them didn't know that?
They found out because somebody leaked it out from the maybe a board meeting or
yeah, man. I disrupt that and this a certain way because I probably say, oh, coach.
JC was paying me a full teaching salary.
Yeah.
Which took in my because ministry can go by a qualification.
Yeah.
So at the time I had my masters and my bachelor's, plus I had my teaching things from Michael. So just had to pay me like a regular
teacher.
And I was more qualified than actually the entire coaching teaching staff.
Most of the teachers them on staff, but they probably didn't know that because they just see as a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the coaching salary that was paid by the old boys were, let's put it this way, I was the highest paid coaching in football in Jamaica.
But it did worth it. Because the result speaks for itself. If
I found out the problem.
Well, that's a
drop it in 2 Manning Cup, 2 Walker Cup, 2 Oliver Shield.
That's a them problem, brother. If you negotiate pay based on performance, JC couldn't pay you. You could have retired by now, may I tell you.
Yeah.
The amount of credibility and thing you bring back for them, but
yeah, short span. It was 40 years before they win anything. Almost 30-something years.
Almost, yeah.
33 years.
Yeah.
33 years before they win anything.
But we don't want to say it. I could talk about Freddie little more at Meadowbrook because...
Yes.
Because... I'm going to ask you that question here, Freddie, because... And you can't answer it, Because you're part of both the football team and the cricket team. And I said to myself, it end up say, you're the better at cricket. And you're partially answer it, because I never realized you'd have played cricket for so long and I play against, as I did realize, big time Jamaican cricketer Boys Town. Because of the environment, and it's like you'd have more pedigree in a cricket than the football.
Because far more, because what happens when you're Boys Town, it's so much kids turn out at even time down a Boys Town field, So it's like you have to choose.
Cricketers are
season. It's a season. What happens? You have to change seasons. Each season you change and you bounce around and all of that. And we didn't have toys. Our toys were like if we make some board wheel and make a little pool cart or something. So sports was the thing at Boys Town, and I live actually behind Boys Town first. But when I used to go St. Albans Primary, I lived right on Albert Street of the part of the police station go. So my backyard was like a front because I forgot to the wall, forgot over Boyston at even time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we play cricket at Boyston with some long time people, man, long time greats play for Boyston
And
because
Jamaica, yeah.
I was born a couple of years after Callison died
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So cricket was still
They catch a cricket fever.
yeah, cricket was high at Boyston because you can imagine Boyston have the best batsman in the entire world.
Yeah.
You know, so after that, now we moved from Albert Street, and which is now from Rima, we moved up into Jonestown. So I was now living at 9th Street of Calismet Drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to walk down now from 9th Street all the way sometimes through the gully down Calismet Drive to Boystown to practice again and all of that. So, you know, it was just my thing for us to play cricket. Because I would go down with us, I was play the cricket. I would start the cricket game in the morning and we play until bell ring.
Mm-hmm.
And go back over school. Lunchtime we continue. Me keep the book, keep the score.
Mm-hmm.
And we finish up the game evening.
Mm-hmm.
We have catch shubi. And we play catch shubi at Boystown every day because bat for ball, ball for bat.
Yeah, ball for bat. Yeah.
I was at Boystown one year when Gary Sobers came there now.
Really?
Yeah, man. I was there with can't tell you the group of youngsters were like Paul Jubelis, Guncourt Garden, Marlon Tucker.
All them cricketers.
Yeah. All of them was at Boystown at the time. But see that I moved now from down there. I actually moved from 9th Street and was now living in Marlborough. But I still go back down there because my sister was still living on Albert Street. And guys so was watching everybody, but and was so impressed with Shaggy and me. It was me and Shaggy who was most impressed with. You know, because at the time Shaggy was skinny and, you know, you couldn't have more technical batsman than Shaggy took all the time. You know, Jibby was a good spin bowler. Likewise, Guncourt, Leroy Garden. But we were a crop. And the reason why I didn't go to KC at that age, you know, which was like 11, 12, you know, because KC was taking in people like crazy. So they took all the people I mentioned. Shaggy went to KC, Chubby Ellis went to KC, and quite a few more. I can't remember them names. So I was expected to go KC also, but to move on the uptown now.
I see what I mean. In a different environment.
My parents didn't want me going down
downtown. Yeah.
And all of that. So they decided to pay for me to go grant them after I leave Marvelous School. Cricket was out of the partner because even my uncle who live in Spalding, Clarendon. When I go down there to play cricket and play. So we have a big cricket field in front of the police station, Spalding.
Corridor cricket.
Yeah, they would play corridor cricket and stuff. They have a big cricket with team that come from town and all them things there. You know? And we go to watch them, so we play cricket. So I've been playing cricket. I didn't start playing football until probably 8th grade or 7th grade at Marlborough.
So your foundation for cricket, now I understand why the foundation for cricket much stronger than football, Freddie.
Yeah, man. Without a doubt.
That's what I mean. So that is why, because that's the question I'm going to ask, you know, why is it you think, say, Meadowbrook ended up being better at cricket in terms of winning so much more cricket trophy than the football?
One, without a doubt, it was Mr. Here. All right? But not only that, I pick the right person, in a way to put the right person. It wasn't only a matter of him coaching, but it's how he set up a system. System was it because to beat Meadowbrook, you don't beat the team. You have to beat a system. He put that system in place where if the system failed, then you might lose. Because if you don't change anything much, you tweak it every year.
Yeah.
Which is almost everything comes straight on line because you might say, all right, my bowling is not so good. It's for next year, who coming back don't look so good, so we work on bowling. And just put the thing in segments and work at them one by one daily. Because I can remember one time that we're not fit. When we started the weights. And I said to him, bro, I'm saying, I don't weights, I don't like the weights and things because I'm tell him. And him say, I must go hill run. So whenever you guys doing the weights, I would go run the hill up Chancery Hall.
Yeah, run bottom field and I go around. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't just, it was an accident when I made the book, you do that cricket. It was a systematic, well-structured system.
Yeah.
And it was a system that was winning the cricket.
Yeah.
Because if it was just a team, we might not have won the 1986 championship.
That's a cricket or football attack.
Meadowbrook 86 and Sunlight.
Sunlight team, yeah.
It was the system that won that trophy.
Push it through, yeah. Because, yeah, that's true.
Because I wasn't there. Mr. Here wasn't there for the last part of the season, you know that?
Yeah, some hear about that. I'm not quite sure that.
He was stepped away from the team when they reached the semi-finals. And to pull through is Becky and
Rory.
Samagata, Mr. Garden, who maintained the dread structure, the system, and that's how they won the 86 championship.
So when the finals come around, him never short back.
I can't remember because at the time I already left to JC.
Yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come to you.
I knew all that was by accident too, so.
Yeah, we'll come up to that because Kevin Reese had come on in a couple of weeks' time, so me asked him about that. He must captain of that team.
Them can play with it.
Yeah, me know because that's a mystery to me in terms that say, since we started this podcast, I realized that the Dread wasn't there for part of the Sunlight team winning that year there, yeah. Because it's like him leaving at the middle, not leave, but him never did for the last part of the game then. But yeah. So you answer that question there. Your foundation of cricket deeper than football. And
far, way deeper.
So alright, before we left Meadowbrook then, because before we leave in terms of say, enough man probably know this, say you were a teacher at Meadowbrook. You teacher for 2 years, like Mr. Bell Nevis. But before we go there, so some memories of the school thing, in terms of say, any fun memories of the school where you remember, or any good memories you have?
You mean as a student?
Yeah, man, as a student. That matter. Any good memories you have from the teachers or a fellow student? Yes, sir.
Listen, there were so many. The best time I have wasn't. Surprisingly, it wasn't attached to sports.
Right, that's why I asked the question. I know that. Right. But tell us some of them memories, man.
One thing was the thing that I was happiest about was the fact that the people at Meadowbrook embraced me so much. Till I used to get so much responsibility, and it just doesn't feel confident within myself as a person, because it's not a lot of times say a youth come from out of my environment down Albert Street and Marvel and Jonestown, and you can go to a place like Meadowbrook.
Out of many one people class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of scary when you don't know Boys Town. You hear things about Uptown and all. It's scary.
Kind of
you might not know
intimidate
because
you.
I don't know if yes, imitate the way. And I said, why the people them just accepting me and giving me all these responsibilities? And because like Sandos, I actually took it over.
Meadowbrook was that kind of school, Freddie? That was that kind of school as you go, you fit in. You remember John, so him come from country.
Yeah, that's right.
Him just
exactly.
fit in. When he just fit in. It was that kind of school.
That was the best thing for me at Meadowbrook. Trust me. Even I realized that I can do things.
Can do anything.
Tell me about the incident. May I talk about
stereotype.
I want to repeat that incident because I want everybody hear this. The incident with Miss Millwood, and she was my farm teacher in her first farm, and she have 3 daughters come to school, Karen, Elena, and I think I'm Michelle to the name, or I forget.
It was Karen,
Eleanor,
and
Denise Millwood, right? Denise was in my ear. But tell the incident there, We don't have me do a Miss Milo today.
You mean with the Manning Cup game?
Yeah, man. Talk the incident the first
You mean
point.
the Manning Cup game and me quitting and all that?
Yeah.
Waking up again.
Kind of guidance counselor.
Hold on, Freddie. Start over. Hold on, Freddie. Start over.
But in a good way.
Start over, Freddie, because you never come clean first. Start over.
No, I was saying Mrs. Millwood was a different kind of guidance counselor.
Mm-hmm.
He know every child individually, the whole character and everything. So what she used to do is, Manning Cup team, they usually get a bad rap from the rest of the staff. So they develop a close relationship with all of us. So, what I think is Charlie Smith game. Charlie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We played Charlie Smith the same 78 season. I was doing good. But it so happened as the game against Charlie Smith, they used the stadium field for Heroes Day function, and the field was badly damaged. So I got top. What I say, a top from one of Charlie Smith playing, coming to me, I go in a car to pick it up. And buck my toe in the ground, fall down, and the ball trick inside the goal. The morning I come school early as usual. When I came, some first farmers were outside waiting for me. And I just bend up my face and pass them, and nobody said nothing at all to me that day. Because me so vexed. But when we got lunchtime, so what was upsetting is that some of the team members started blaming me without even finding out what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I get really upset. Because the thing with me, Hazel might not know this, but you might know, Jelly. I won't talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to fight, I never back from a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Me know that about you, Al. Me know that, Freddie.
I fight more fight at Meadowbrook than most people. And the surprising thing, I never even get a detention. That's why I just can't fight out. Because, I never get a detention at Meadowbrook, not even a detention.
Yeah.
So, Miss Smith, everybody, say, boy, Hitchcock quit the team, Hitchcock now play no more Manning Cup, and because it was a big fight inside the team because we were eating stew peas at the time, the day, lunch. And I say, listen, I not sit down here when I talk and I disrespect. I just come and turn over the table with everybody, so everybody now step with stew peas and everything. So by the time he leave the room now, because I going straight to top now for tell him.
Yeah.
But before I reach top, so two of the ladies who cook inside there reach me to top already and start telling the story.
Yeah.
And how them young up on Hitchcock and how them want to beat him off. And so by the time he reached top, I never have seen none. Got the two ladies who cook inside there and tell top everything. They want me to run over table and so forth. And the top, you must sit down inside my office. I sit down there for the entire day from lunchtime to school finishing them.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, and sit down inside there and I'm going to be doing research and come back. And just tell me, Mr. Henry, what you need to do is, can you name always call you by your last name?
Yeah, man, Mr. Prince, I was saying, yes.
You're a well-respected young man, and him go on and give the story. So, I want to know if I kill him or kill me,
Yeah, if my Billy up, let it down, yeah.
Me start thinking, no, whether or not I stay and take the key and I go walk out. Because knowing me walk out. But start to me and say, listen, just try to control him and all of that, and him send me out. I'm going to come out. As a matter of fact, me walk out and people don't even know because some people that gather at the window.
Yeah.
Listen, if I get cleaning.
Yeah. We don't do that, yes. Yeah.
I would just walk out. But Mr. Millwood now, he came to me and said, listen, Hitchcock, you're the best goalkeeper Meadowbrook ever have. And right now, this year in Manning Cup, there's only one goalkeeper I think is as good as you. And she mentioned Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man Williams. And Camperdown. She just get me right back to go back and play and enjoy the season just like that. So that was the role of a really good guidance counselor.
But, you leave the best part of the story for you. Remember, because you tell me, say, a she carry going for your gears a day.
Yeah. Because I quit, Some say, I come school with no gears.
Mm-hmm.
And she came home. I think she was a VW at the time. Or something like that. And she took me home, buy me something to eat, and just treat me like one. She never have a son, but she had a son, but he was younger. Michael is a Calabar.
Yeah.
And from that, when Miss Middle become such close friends till we used to go over by her church, Filippo Baptist Church in Spanish Town.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she used to go. So we'd go over there when they have church functions, me and Jim Roy. He would come pick us up, and even if function finish at 10 at night, he would take us all the way home,
Mm-hmm.
to here and then. We take her back to here and then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was another nice lady, but to never consider her as a teacher per se.
She was my farm teacher, man. Forget, when you mentioned that she was guidance counselor, remember she became
Yes,
guidance
she was guidance counselor.
Yeah, I forget. No, she was my
Before
farm.
Meadowbrook was closed, that's Miss Millwood would know everything about the football team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know all the boys, the names, the daughters would come around.
I think I know Eleanor. Eleanor is the one that I would know.
Younger
I know
one.
Eleanor.
I think a younger one.
No, Eleanor is
The oldest one.
one.
Yeah. Youngest
Which
one,
one?
Karen. Youngest one, Karen.
Karen was the
Yes.
youngest one.
Yeah,
The
one
in between one was Dennis.
She's in my class at 1B when we just come in our book. Yeah. Yeah, so let me ask you, Fred, that reception we get from the staff of Meadowbrook, did that surprise you?
Yeah, certainly. Because remember, I got St. Albans, from Albans, I got Marvel. Is the same thing. There's a ghetto youth and teacher this and shout and go on and go on. But Grantham, that was a little change. There was a little change, but I was still in the ghetto in Crossroad.
Mm-hmm.
I was still in the jungle. Just come at the higher part of jungle there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing, but how come Meadowbrook knows a totally different environment, man?
Mm-hmm.
Totally different. Some of the time I didn't even answer questions in the class, It was Mr. Grant now who brought that out.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember, usually he would ask questions in between his history sessions, and the first question I ever answered in the class was he was talking about what does it mean of maritime.
Mm-hmm.
But I had learned that at Grantham.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody would answer him because I was kind of shy and reserved. I'll find out who is who before we start talk.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized nobody not answer the question, just put up my hand and asked me the time at the back of the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, the maritime is related to the time of the sea when people used to travel by, explain it and explain everything. After that, all the girls must start look upon me, and I remember Irma Kinley, her daughter out there. Remember Irma Kinley, daughter?
You never daughter go Meadowbrook?
Yeah, man, Yannick. She was in my farm in 4C.
I never remember that, Freddie.
Man. And from that now, everybody started expecting me to control the history class. And I just see, I not only end up teaching history and geography, but I got A's in the GCE. I got A for history and I get A for geography.
Yeah.
And
So-
it was a teacher. There's a two teachers I would have. Them make it easier and it was nice.
So, give me some good memories of some of the students them where they know a Meadowbrook where I started. You make some good relationship.
There was so much because you remember our little group we were going to the library and read newspaper. That was the best group. Even though it caused some problem, not problem, but the man them used to hang out under the tree right in front of the canteen.
Yeah, what John talked about, John Tree.
Yeah, that was the tree where everything gone. And
Everything going with that tree.
yeah, but I didn't go to the tree for some reason because I didn't like that kind of thing. Because as I said, me coming from Boys Town, living uptown now, and I see an opportunity now to elevate. And my father always tell me that you need to get yourself out of one situation into a better situation and so forth. So I said, I can't hang out with the man in my tree like that.
Yeah.
I knew what go on. So I used to go inside me and Diego. Me and Diego, who was there again?
Bravo.
Do.
Yeah.
So we would have our news. That was our newspaper club.
Yeah, man. I was just our meeting place in LA, man.
Yeah, so we was going to back of the library and we talk politics. We talk about Spy Robinson. Remember Spy Robinson discussion last week?
Yeah, man.
Man, weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes we sit down and talk politics after reading. Can we would read an article?
Yeah, man. I discussed that.
Break it down and everybody give them opinion.
Yeah.
And Diego is the one who always come out and say everybody is a fool. Everybody a fool.
Yeah.
We just see his film way. We just didn't see it his way. When you don't see it his way, everybody else.
Yeah, man. Diego was the intellectual giant among us, man. Without a doubt.
And then Do was the second.
Yeah. Do was the mouthpiece. Make sure the argument will continue, Freddie, right?
True, man.
But that was probably my best
group.
Group. Yeah, man. That group wasn't football, it wasn't cricket. Maybe football would be a topic one day.
Yeah.
But we would switch the topic according to what is in the newspaper.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything else that I enjoy at Meadowbrook. In the cricket, you want to win the Manning Cup. I mean the Manning Cup match.
Yeah.
It never lasts long. But the group lasts for the entire year.
You know, about that group of friends I mentioned that come back to me now. It's like, we did that amongst ourselves, with a mouth, we self, just as us, with a mouth, just at the school,
Yeah, man.
So it toughen up in such a way, it's like we are taking on anybody in the school. Because we take on ourselves in the library first and mouth one another. It's something I said to you, so when you come out and attack to anybody, I like nothing. But you're right, Freddie. That group, I forget about that right, but yeah. I forget about that, Freddie.
Some things that come up now, you're going to look back and say, boy, it was fun.
Yeah, man. I know exactly where I talk, man.
That was the best part. And the other part was like when we go on by Mrs. Chung.
Yeah, the Richard and Ian mother, yeah.
That was another group. One group. The library group was the best.
Yeah, man.
The man, them never like that. Because me, I go and let me.
You better than them. You're going to go uptown, man, yeah.
You want place and talk about same foolishness every day.
But we never business with that, friend. Because that's what they want. So we not take them on and mouth them, see me, and put them back to the place, see me. You're right. That couldn't stop with at all. So yeah. That was good. I forget about that, Freddie. I completely forget about that group that we're at. We used to link and talk in a library and all the way down. So my things we can't talk about what we used to do, so because and the trouble we used to cause, we're not going to we're not going to at all tonight on this podcast, on this conversation, yeah. So let me ask you something. So 1980 now, you leave now. Come on, I'm going to stint as a teaching stint at Meadowbrook. You leave, tell you how that go. Tell you end up a teacher, Michael. Because you graduate now. And yes, tell that story there.
Actually, the thing is, I repeated fifth form,
So did I.
What happened is because even though I passed, I took 8 subjects and I got 7. And the one that I failed was the one that everybody expected me to pass.
Yeah.
I failed English.
Yeah, English, yeah. You can't get in a 6th form without English, yeah.
So when you get, and even though I got like an A in literature, I still fail English. So I could go 6th form, so that's why I right after repeat. So I repeated. That's how high the standard was at Meadowbrook at the time. Mentioned that. And they said I should come back, do the English, and then come say, you want me to come back and captain the cricket team the following year?
Yeah.
I said I can't come Meadowbrook and just stay 1 year and all of that. But when I went inside the canteen extension there, remember the canteen and the lady, so somebody asked the lady how much subject I got. And the ladies, I don't remember if it's Jim or I want them to get 7 subject and thing. And the lady kissed her teeth and said, and the way she asked it, she said, then how much all him get?
Yeah, that is that about earlier, man. So them look on your play sport I want. This is a certain way, friend.
You know, because she used to see me come inside the lunchroom, the canteen on every team.
Yeah. Sunlight, Morning Cup, yeah.
And
she
people don't know
remark
amount, you
what-
know.
Yeah. How much him get. And as soon as I remember Jimmy who told her, just he started to walk away. So me start thinking now whether I must come back. But at least by them sister my wear the white shirt. Because we used to call the tie was the ambition string.
Ambition, true.
Yeah, so me say me have to come back and wear the ambition string for them to see what's going on.
The 6 1, yeah, man. Because when you're 6 1 now, a prestige at yeah, man. A big thing at the school, yes, yeah.
So I came and attended school for the first part because 6 1 was the first group that come in every year. I'm just coming for I think it was a week, not even 2 weeks. We had my white shirt and my tie and everything. I go around the place. And them say, good.
You come tell them to just take that.
Yeah. So Mrs. Strong now asked me what I plan on doing.
Yeah.
And she said I should carry my past results and give it to her and all of that.
Yeah.
So she got me a job at the Ministry of Education with I don't remember the name of the man. She said Mr. Allen. Yeah, the permanent secretary at the time was Mr. Allen. They sent me direct to Mr. Allen, and he gave me a job to work by US Circle, Ministry of Education. But then now Miss McLean trying to find me. Because she don't see me come back to school. She said, wait, what's going on with me if I'm not coming back? Because we had already arranged that I would do sixth form and blah, 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 whatever. When I eventually went up to see her now, she said to me, what am I going to do? So I told her Mrs. Strong got me a job at the Ministry of Education and I'm going to start like Monday or something like that. Yes, it was a Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to start Monday. And said, no. Just tell me straight up, no. You don't need a job. You need a career. And I'm going to get you into some place you can have some career. So she called all the places. She called GC Foster opened that same year. And she suggested GC Foster. I said, no. I don't want to go to GC Foster because sports to me is natural. I didn't need to go to college with the sports. I wanted something else. So she called me a songster at Carter it was. And Mr. Shirley. Somehow Mr. Shirley gave her the best response. So she sat me down and talked to me for a long, long time while her secretary was preparing a letter.
I'm Mr. Shirley that Michael.
Mr. Shirley and Michael, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vice principal at Michael. And she gave me a letter. She sealed it, she read it, she sealed it and gave it to me. And said I should take it down to Mr. Shirley and I shouldn't give it to anybody else but Mr. Shirley. I went to Michael, I told him I'm here to see Mr. Shirley and Principal of Meadowbrook sent me and she said this and she said that. Lady sent me over. That's Mr. Shirley got the letter and him read it, look through, look at me every time, read him, look up at me, look up at me. So I know when Mr. McLean writing this letter. Then he signed it at the bottom and write, look at it, put it back in the envelope and say carry it over to the registrar. Went to the registrar. They gave me the signed letter again. And the lady called 2 house leaders from one of the houses and they took me around. She said, when you want to start school? I said, not until Monday. She said, no, start today. I started Michael. I was the last person that got into Michael at the time. I attended Michael, graduated without paying a cent, and they gave me $333.33 a month.
And just
Stipend.
Yeah, that's right. And just for the record, about how much $333 worth today that people understand, say, and the chicken feed they get.
Oh boy. $300 at them time was enough, man, because I never usually spend more than the 100 outside more month, you know.
A whole heap of money, Freddie. A whole heap of money, that man.
I didn't spend a third of that money per month.
Man can't look what the dollar worth at the time and do more calculation. But make it known, say, and the $300 what I talk about today. A big time money, that man.
Oh, so I was well taken care of at Michael, plus I would get breakfast ticket, lunch ticket. I didn't get dinner ticket because I didn't live on campus. Because as I told you, I was the last person to get in, so there was no more room. All from home.
And that all from Miss Trenta, the letter from Miss McLennan.
I don't know what was written inside letter. I have never seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But based on that letter also, I was named captain of the cricket team when I was second year. I don't remember because you guys came in and play us.
Yeah, man. I remember. When I captain the team, come down and complete. Yeah.
I have me a big cricketer now, you know, because when me go me going as the last person, the big cricketer, and so everybody say, yeah, this man will captain the team next year. And that was also because of the way the Meadowbrook team performed.
So how long is this, Michael?
3 years.
That 3-year course, okay.
83.
So you didn't know, so you ain't got Michael, you head up back on Meadowbrook. That was the plan, or you never know that was part?
That was the plan. That was the plan.
Yeah.
Because in internship, Miss McLennan wanted them to let me do my internship at Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
And they refused and sent me all the way over to Waterford. And that is where I started the Waterford cricket. And people didn't know I started Waterford cricket. You know? Because people like Jermaine Lawson and all them came out of that group.
So you come back to Meadowbrook now. Your second stint at Meadowbrook, you know, you leave and you come. It's like you can't even leave the place. You leave and you come back to Meadowbrook, you know. What was it like coming back now as a teacher now? All the staff and all the people that look down upon you, and say you come back. Because knowing you, I just the first year ago.
The thing is, you know, those who taught me,
yeah,
and we're still there. That's Mr. Dean again, and Dr. Morris and so on, and McLennan started to show me off all over the place, and you know, that who didn't know me before.
Or I should make it known that a big interest she to you.
Miss McLennan make sure them know who this person is.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell them she really give me a warm welcome. Some of the teachers didn't like it because there were some who didn't like me from the sporting thing from before.
That's
yeah, but they were in the
minority,
small amount. You know, very small amount.
Yeah,
and others know Mr. Gunn was there. Mr. Gunn welcomed me and everything. And I believe that caused even a further problem. Mr. McLennan was defending me through everything. If I have a cricket match when I was coaching and I wouldn't turn up, the first thing she said at the meeting, based on what other people tell me, was Mr. Henry won't be here today and he's at a cricket. So some of them now start saying that that's nothing unusual. I'm always gone with some cricket team or a sports team, whatever. But it was a welcome. I wouldn't complain because wherever you go, you know, in life, you can't have everybody pleased with you and like you and all of that. And things like those only strengthen me. So it was a good thing for me. No complaints where that is concerned. The fact that they gave me a full timetable of history and geography.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing bad about it because start coaching right away. Mr. He gave me the coach cricket team and football team to coach. I was helping him with the thing, and it was good coming back. To be honest, so a lot of people didn't know if I could teach. It's even John himself didn't believe I could be a teacher either.
Well, I'm just going to ask you.
When John came back, John was I think he was at school in Virginia.
Yeah.
And he came home and somebody, you have to see me teach. Me
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Come on, him come from school and spend the entire day at school, you know. Say, boy,
Him do
Freddie, you come see you teach.
Him come out of school?
Him come to school, I tell him come to school.
I walk around with you.
And stay all day. I walk around and I wait to see me go teach. Yeah.
I never know I say man underrated. I think say you're not underrated. I want to it.
No man, that's all John. That's funny. John is excellent.
John, just for John tease me, you know.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said he
yeah,
went
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
tease me some.
Yeah, I really honor
But
it,
it's
man.
just
I
for
really.
fun.
That's I say, yeah. I'm going to see what Fred really are going on in the
He went
classroom. Yeah.
to bad boy Freddie Hitchcock. Someone said, wait, then him said, then it's not him something. What them teacher for you?
that,
So
well,
what
that,
is it?
well, that, because I got to ask him, I don't want to know, because you come back to school now and you have to teach some of the same people them you work. Literally, they go school with. Cause most of the bigger people them would have leave on and move on, your classmates, but the younger people them in a fourth and fifth form would have known you, and you
I'll
probably have
tell
teach
you,
some
I
of
tell you
them.
a joke. I can tell you a joke with that part now, because when I signed the papers, Miss McLennan start working, I just signed the paper for go ministry and,
Yeah.
get my pay, almost get my pay and next thing she said to me, it's because at the time, my girlfriend was still at Meadowbrook.
Teacher or student?
Student. She was repeating fifth form when I
Fifth.
started teaching there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Miss McLennan know everything about me. And I don't hide anything from her. So she said to me that she know about the relationship and thing, but what I must do is whenever we meet in each other, I must meet on the school compound or anywhere people could it was open. I should go up to her aunt's house. I didn't know Miss McLean aunt. That time this person lived all
Where?
the way up Garden Town. Garden Town, but McLean said, oh, this is a man for me here.
From Garden Town.
Yeah.
Way off the beaten track.
Yes, so we not even send on to her because me never meet tell her anything else. She'll find this excuse.
Yeah.
Or next reason why I reach up her aunt's house.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll care me. But that was that. But to show you, Miss McLean know a lot, and I really respected the lady at this minute.
Yeah, man. It was more than
You know?
just
Because all of that, and she didn't make that stop me coming to Meadowbrook. And I respected her everything was said to me, and the fact that she knew and she didn't even complain, which I understood clearly because it's the right way. Because as Miss McLean, you know the right thing.
But
So that was it when we start work.
let me ask you something, though, Freddie.
Was good.
Let me ask you something, because I mentioned something and the question just come to me. Did you ever think in your mind, say, Miss McLennan was grooming you at Meadowbrook for big time position, ultimately being a group?
It's every realize that,
You leave me like, no, we are talking about it, no, yes, boy. That was probably in our back already, and I said, boy, this is somebody who...
I don't mean make sense to you when you say the other teachers who are here, they're here because they want a job. They're working for a paycheck. You are here because you are Meadowbrook.
Mm-hmm.
And it's me outside the gate and tell me that you have a chance to enter the school. Because what happened is when I when I was a student, it was the same thing. I used to, if I'm late, Miss McLean used to be outside watching who come late. So when me and Carl and Nangla and them used to do now, used to walk on off. Anyone will treat them from America away. And before she put her was on our floor. So and Miss McLean had walk around with that stuff. I don't know if you used to know when me and Caroline used to walk up.
Always, Caroline always comes school late.
Is that not late?
You know, walk up school and she make you late. Yeah.
Yeah, because Caroline she have to stop.
I talk to
Everybody,
everybody.
yeah, I see that. That's what I say. She have to talk and laugh with everybody, yes.
America Highway right up to Meadowbrook.
Yeah, man.
Right up to school. But
She didn't sound that stuff. By the way, she didn't sound that stuff, Freddie.
No.
She didn't sound that.
I think I rocked the show was on.
Yeah, maybe I ran the shit. Yeah.
Oh. But Caroline was my friend, true and true.
Yeah, man. Remember a good word, man. She was pleasant and always fun to have around. Always. I can't forget her.
Don't make sure know your business.
No.
Don't make sure know your business.
She nag you, she up you.
Yeah, man. I remember she and Piggy used to have all the while an argument, man.
That's how you can't tell Caroline half the story, Don't tell her half of the story.
No.
Because she always thinks something else.
She got elaborate it out again. Yeah. So the question
So
is
you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jelly.
No, the question me that ask is the student them whether I see you as a student before, I know you come back as a teacher. Was there any like disrespect then? That's the word I'm really looking for.
No. Right off the top, no.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of them, even when they call me Hitchcock, the younger ones who didn't know me thought my name was really Mr. Hitchcock.
Okay.
So even if I don't turn, one day I was inside the staff room talking to a teacher and was a little bit late for my class. I was straightening something out with a teacher, and this little girl came to the staff room and asked, "Miss, is Mr. Hitchcock here today?"
Yeah.
The teacher called and said, "We the teacher, who you want to see?" Mr. Hitchcock. Because I never know about it. My name.
Yeah.
Somehow I heard them just say the Hitchcock around Mr. Hitchcock, so it was that name. Good. No problem, no disrespect. No nothing.
Yeah.
Even that thing with John, when John came on after John watched me teach that class.
Yeah.
It's Hitchcock, and clap off me hand like one word for noise and excitement.
Yeah.
John will go.
Yeah, I said that. I am that true, yes.
And Miss McLean again, she used to come and watch me.
Yeah.
Because there was one called the teacher name was an English teacher in our time. He used to teach in lower grades though.
Yeah.
It seemed like she didn't like me from before. But the thing with I don't know if you did the history, Jelly, but history can be very boring.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You have to love it like I love it.
Very boring.
Me loved it too.
My name was because that subject that I was good in. I tried to change it. So I developed a kind of way to teach history without you have to memorize the
dates.
You can easily remember the dates. And people believe you have to study dates, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I cannot try and bring a different thing to the Meadowbrook my way.
Yeah.
And I teach the head of department that I can divert a little bit, and she said, "Oh no," she said, "No, Hitchcock, man, do your thing, man. If you have no problem, just come back to me." Nice teacher she was too. And what I did now was have like debates, and the student would do most of the work. But I wouldn't give them notes on board. I have to make the notes. They come back and share what they have to share, different things, and so a lot of talking, a lot of communication between them, debates, and so forth and so on. But it so happened that the teacher going to say that my class is noisy. Okay, I watch my class, and it was in the canteen extension. They used to use the canteen extension as a classroom.
Yeah. They would run the classroom. Yeah.
Walk around, you could sit to the top. There was a fencing thing, and say, "Look, and when you see me, she would tell me, don't make them realize that she's there." And I did my teaching and everything, and she called me after the end of the class, called me to office.
Yeah.
And she said, "Look, Hitchcock, don't pay them any money." Good teacher.
Yeah.
Because the time when the documentary came, I was doing a debate thing, I previously I said to the class that our Indians were more civilized than we are today.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, it was chaos because everybody started to, how can them be more civilized and they never have care? And they keep going on and on and on. Because that's what I teach my history class. They can't be quiet.
Debate going.
Even if you start with 3,000, you can't tell because 3,000 was one of my students. And 2 lawyers came out of that class, 3. 3,000. And I think I'm not sure. I teach at least 3 lawyers. I don't remember the name. Anyway, so that was a debate, and the lady complained. But when I told Miss McLean what I did and why the noise and so on, it actually is Miss Barber now, Miss Bramley, we will have on sometime.
Yeah, sure.
She turned that entire thing into a house debate competition. And that's how we have the house debate. We're starting because when I told Miss Bramley, Barber at the time, what was the whole concept behind this thing. She turned it into a school house debate
Competition, yeah.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you had as much fun as a student, like just like as much as when you teach.
Yeah, man, it was nothing at all that I regret. Nothing.
Yeah. I hear you. Alright, let me ask you something now then, because believe it or not, I was there for 2 hours. But
Yep.
upon the ending part, what I know, we just ask, what the most embarrassing moment you can look back with, either teach or go Meadowbrook as a student with a smile and can't say, boy, Jerry, so I shouldn't even do that, but we can laugh about it. One of the most embarrassing things.
I think there's something that you and John are probably all remember. It has to be a fight. Because I don't tell you fight so much. They have to just classify the fight that is the most dramatic or something.
Yeah.
I think that the thing was with and the dread was there. Because he was the referee at the game, and to do that with Mr. Year, even though I'm a fighter, but he keep doing it front time, and it was kind of hard. And he believed in me so much. It's like I was disappointed in him because I expect so much of him.
Mm-hmm.
But as I tell you, see, when you grew up with me, as I go back to it again, it all came out of the fact that when you go Boys Town, you know about Jonestown, you have to grow up tough, you have to defend yourself. We don't have no time to discuss things and sort out things. It just you fight and you lose and you go home, or you win and you go home. I've been doing this forever down at Boys Town with uptown man, up street man, down street man, back around there's a man, them and all that. So I'm playing this football match, and I think I can't remember if it's Ivan or a tackler or Nigel. I think it's Nigel, because Nigel was playing. And I tackle him too hard or something. But it was footballing, and I keep goal, so I go enjoy myself.
Mm.
And he turn on and I can push me on my chest. And do that. You don't do that with Hitchcock. I tell them, you know that.
Mm.
You not going to turn and push me on my chest.
And that game I played referee for deal with you, yeah.
And me take it. No, I not take that. I go fight. So me rush him now. I'll put on 2 blows for him and thing. So Ivan never liked that either. So him come with a piece of stick. It's a nice piece of board and thing, and then start rush me. So me run about something, so I run from them now.
And Jerry, but seriously.
We grew up there with Sam down a Marvin, Mr. Boxter, Mr. Trice, Boxter.
Yeah.
Time turn there, and my friend always tell me, listen, Sassafras and the man,
Yeah.
Listen, if you're in a box, if I just run away and come back again next time and plan for them guerrilla warfare, we fight. I saw them,
I saw my dog, yeah.
All them thing inside of me. So me said the nearest thing to me now is my machete.
So where's Freddie? Hold on, where's that?
Freddie, run go defend it.
Freddie, where's that? Hold on. Will Smith lucky salary in bags. Guy
What about man say in looking at them in box?
Freddie, we don't take bad thing like joke, but yeah, because if you mash it on the man, them tear down the place.
Yeah, them things are run me that run,
Yeah. But you're right, don't Freddie, I laugh about it because you can look back and you laugh about it, but it's an important point to bring up, and that's why I'm not understand, when you grow up in a certain environment, like you grow up.
Things.
Yeah, man, because you grow up, because all them things are foreign to me, I grew up at Permacar all my life, and Permacar was like, at a work,
uptown.
Well, I'm not really uptown, but it's a middle class community, working class community.
Yeah.
You follow me? I said to Permacar up on the border then. Permacar at the border, Marvel, Waterhouse. But it's not. Me never grew up before that I would have to defend myself and none of that at all. My weapon, as you don't know, and my mouth. See, I got my mouth before anything else. So my mouth is my weapon. I could attack and then I use, I'm going to come to school, I'm sharp, my skill with Jago and do. So, you follow me, I said to you, Freddie, so going to a weapon wasn't something where you grew up. At the environment, man. At the environment, Freddie.
Because let me tell you, so when as me tell you, go back to Boys Town there, you used to have plum trees along this Coliseum Drive gully, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like every era own a plum tree.
Yeah, yeah.
So not even that you can't come on my plum tree and pick it up. You have to go back that everywhere you come from up the stuff, go up the stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
That's the first thing, you know, thing where we talk and discuss now. You know, that never work the way they, you know, so that kind of mental just came out right away.
Yeah.
So I never have time to think.
Yeah.
Then we give some time to think maybe I would have done it differently.
Yeah. And that's
But the instinctive thing was to just defend myself with whatever I can. And then the thing was the machete. Some of us run towards I back now and wheel out the machete and start run them down back the deck. The other direction.
It was a shock for them because I take you all like a fires and I say, you run from them. Yeah, them never know.
Yeah, when me turn around to the next party, when me turn around, I'm since I used to sit on the ground, flat for them, but
Got the game done. Got not really done, but the game stop. Got the game done.
You don't know what to say with you know, if a reprimand me or anything, but he never discuss it with me. Never say anything about it.
Yeah, sometimes. Because
he never say anything, just give it at that.
He didn't know enough of that.
Myself.
Right, that means like I said, no enough in it. It's kind of out of character, you know. Like if you really get pissed off, you know, you gotta come defend yourself a certain way.
Yeah.
And you send a message, You send a message.
He still try to. One of the things, you know, when I made a book, I know how I stay from them times. So I try to curb it a lot. That's why I never join up with certain groups.
And people take your quietness for a different thing too, you know, because you're always quiet.
Yeah, because not conform still in the easy, you know, because you have to conform with every guy. I mean, I come on the people in place and disrupt it. It's my thing.
You know, the song is them take him sweetness to weakness, and it's a big mistake. That a big mistake.
And to tell the truth, I am so happy that I grew up that kind of way because we come from out of the ghetto, go into a more upper class environment by going to UNN and so forth. I even come to America, start out in South Central Los Angeles.
In that city community again.
Yeah, which I didn't even know. Because when I reached California, you know, I couldn't stay inside the house, so I started walking all over the place. When me come back and tell my mother-in-law, I got one place. She called her husband and said, come, Alfred, tell Brother Jones this project you say ago. I got one place called Grape Street. Grape Street in a Compton.
That means I say most Compton is someone like you to go into, right?
Grape Street is not Compton. Grape Street is where you have the Crips.
Yeah.
It's them wear the grape uniform from the Los Angeles Lakers. But even though not blue Crips, them wear the different. And when me tell Brother Jones, him go back inside that room, I couldn't believe it. I'm going to walk it out. And there's a place you don't go in just like that. You don't go in a place there.
Yeah, but as I said, Freddie, when you grow up certain way, you're not fear about certain things, you know.
You're not fear.
You just do everything, you know.
You're not fear
experience the worst already.
Yeah. You're not enough fear, Freddie. You're right.
And when you look when you move from South Central, got a little bit more up in Englewood.
Yeah.
At Torrance. And at one point, I actually live in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
That must stop me from being me. You know? If you know me, you know me. You're not in followers or anything.
Yeah. All right. Yes, you have any question you ask, Freddie? Maybe come up a couple more, but you ask a couple questions.
So, Meadowbrook. Tell me what Meadowbrook, how it impact your life, and you know what you've learned at Meadowbrook that you use to, you know, further your career, have the greatest impact in your life. The lessons that you learn.
You know, Meadowbrook brought out the real me. In that there was so much potential in terms of the leadership, the teaching, and all of that. But again, growing up in the inner city, you know, you have to conform with community or environment. But that wasn't really me.
Be yourself. Yeah, Meadowbrook be yourself.
But
your talent.
Meadowbrook now told me indirectly that what you believe you are is not really who you are. I didn't know I could teach. I didn't believe I would be a teacher.
Yeah.
And the reception that I'm now getting or got as a teacher is remarkable. Trust me, even when I'm teaching in Jamaica at JC Meadowbrook, I came here, I teach in Los Angeles School District for some time. In Jersey, the Orange School District, West Cardwell School District, and the same thing, white, black, everything. And Meadowbrook brought that out. Real personality, leadership, and all of that. I wouldn't even mention cricket and all of them, because that is minor to the other qualities that Meadowbrook brought out in me.
Create more than just. Because people are here and think, say, as we talked last week, and Hazel bring up earlier, them think, say, I just sports alone I talk about. But we talk only tonight about you, and then only for sports.
Exactly.
It's not only for sports, really, because you are, as we said last week, you're a complete and a total individual, and sports was just a part of it. And Meadowbrook bring that out in you. So, yeah.
Well, that was Meadowbrook. I can't say, I don't have to say no more, I don't have to say no less. That was it.
But even this old discussion that you mentioned, Miss Drummond, Mr. Grant, and all the teachers who impacted you, people would just think that we're rating you as a coach is what you bring, because a lot of people would look at you and judge you and say, oh, you mean as a coach, but a coach is qualified. Coach, bring something to the table that you can encourage them and say, look here, I come from the ghetto, I go through this happened, but I have my education, I choose to coach. So your experience coming from Meadowbrook, which is where you are, is a good message, a good enough message to impart to your students.
Yeah.
Read Hitchcock.
So far from disappointed. I'm happy. Like I could do that.
So,
and one thing I remember is when Henry Ward came on his 100th birthday.
Henry Ward, for the students who are listening, is the founder of Meadowbrook High School.
What year he came?
I think it was 79. Yeah, I think it was 79. And one thing that he said was, when he founded Meadowbrook, it wasn't for just Meadowbrook people, but it's for us as students to reach out to all humanities and all people. Everything, but we must not keep it confined to Meadowbrook.
Must let your light so shine.
Yes, we must spread. He also mentioned there was a brook behind the school, like a little stream or something. And he mentioned that's how far it is going and we don't know where it ends. So that was part of his thing to us, on his 100th birthday. And even though I went to JC and people saying I leave because nobody knows the real reason why I left. But they keep saying it's this reason, that reason, and some say I'm a traitor, and some say it's none of that. None of that. But I was only in, maybe not naturally, but I was doing what Henry Ward had founded Meadowbrook for. Because I can tell you I teach in California, I teach in New Jersey, I teach at JC, Meadowbrook, Waterford, and it was a spreading the blessings of Henry Ward.
Yep. Let me ask you a question. I mentioned that, and I say, when Devon Jeffrey, by chance, just tell you if you don't want to play Meadowbrook, and the alternative there was to go Excelsior. You think your life would have been different if you go Excelsior?
Definitely. I can answer that for you. Definitely.
It would never be as rich as Meadowbrook. It was totally different in a positive way. It would never be.
And why you think that anyway?
Again, is the kind of thing that Meadowbrook presents.
Nurturing.
The environment, the closeness with the teacher. It was no spread out thing. It was just the closeness with teachers, student, was a family. It was cool. And I don't think there's any school in Jamaica that have that. They would have to show me, but I don't think so. Because remember, I was teaching at JC for how many years? 7 years. And then come back again and all that. And I still can't see it.
And because we play sports, Freddie, we go all over the school in Jamaica. You're right, Freddie.
And I can't see it. So therefore, there's no way no other school would change me.
You know, say it because you feel, you say it based on experience from what you see, but you're traveling all over the school, all over Jamaica and all the rest of school, I say, Meadowbrook just different, yeah.
Different. There was a uniqueness about Meadowbrook, there still is, but it's just that I think, I'm not going to say administration, I won't put any finger on anybody, but I think we're losing some things. You know, that family setting is dying at Meadowbrook. I don't know because school is in larger numbers or what, but I'm not seeing it now because since 77, when I went to Meadowbrook, I've always have a member of the family going there. Right now I have 2 nieces going there. One play on the girl football team and next one is just bookwork. And when those 2 depart, I know there's more coming. So I'm always in touch with Meadowbrook. The only thing I see is the numbers maybe and this and the little bit is drifting a little bit. But this is what we're doing now, and we should find other ways of bringing back some of these days. Might not come back fully, but some of it, the warmth, the blend of teachers and parents and everybody. Because we used to know our friend them, mother and father, you know, like. Because remember our incident with Liston and Mr. Strodick?
Yeah, remind me.
That, Liston beat up Strodick, remember?
Liston here came, yes. Yeah. I forget what, remind me what incident for that.
Yeah, but we might try to tell you now, you know that? It didn't reach principal because I tell you, it didn't reach the principal.
Yeah, because
Liston really beat him up, you know.
Yeah.
And thing, but Mr. Strodick came in anger to come back for this boy and
yeah. In the beat up man at school already film that, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but by the time he reached and everybody get around him and we settle him just see it as 2 boys in a fist fight and thing, buck up and call everybody together and him settle it. Then go home. 2 days after, Liston and Strodick a friend again. That was it.
Yeah, the squash that was that incident. Then, in a sense, we had to have I completely forget about it. You know, the fine when Meadowbrook was it never gonna further.
No, in Salvage right there, and every time you have a because remember, Mrs. Chung used to take us out. Being father used to take us out, and we just know the parents just as much as we know the students. That's how we live.
But that have to do with the student themselves, you know. It's like, because we are saying a student intervene, you know, and step forward and I say, no, Mr. Strodick, you can't. We are dealing with it a different way. You can't. And that, I just say, most of the school, you know. Yeah, and sit down and listen. Right. That's the next thing again. He was big man enough to come across and say, I'm going to listen and follow it. Because most of the school, well, you know that. They come from an environment where that happen.
That is at party.
Yeah, you have to run.
We call it at party or watch fights.
Yeah. You have to look for take friends to go home, Freddie. I might have to come to friend and all the way there and all the thing. But that no, you have mentioned something important in it. It's like I'm gonna say it all the while, despite the fact that Meadowbrook a wide cross section of people come there now. The fighting I'd be stupid to say we never fight at all and quarrel. That's a regular thing, Freddie.
But we
a big fight.
No, we settle that, man. We settle ourselves and reasonable because my incident with the master never reached the principal.
No. And you and them, it's not like the man with Freddie I said my carry on come to school the next day. It don't that's up, Freddie. It don't that's so. Yeah. No, that was amazing, man. When you think about it and I say
Liston again was inner city youth, you know. I come from
Whitehall, man. Yeah, man, I know. Liston and me in the same class.
Liston is one a big time reverend and thing, you know.
Yeah. Somebody here, right. I'm gonna talk about somebody. Liston Yakin. Yes.
We graduate together and we enjoy ourselves and Ivan called me some afternoon.
Ivan Hart?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That good.
So good.
Yeah, man, exactly, Freddie. Never gonna further that time, man. As I said, no, it was like a family school, and that to me, I want to think with the fine
It
Meadowbrook.
wasn't. It was. It's a family
Yeah,
school.
it's not like you're right, because in a more than one way, but by that I mean it's like it's not say I would for family, would for brother and sister go there. Cause me tell you, say my sister they go there, my brother go there, and me have nephew and niece go there long after me leave there, and it's like everybody know everybody in a certain way. It's like it's a different sort of environment, it's a different sort of thing.
The thing is, my sister came after me. You know. And then when she came now, the whole family started talking about this Meadowbrook and we just like it.
Yeah.
My sister's children going there. My nephews went there and they have children going there now. I think I never stopped because we just get to like the school and the whole thing. And I sent all of them there. If they don't pass, I try to get them in. I pass that school I don't like, I try to get them in. The others know some of them I take them to JC and all that. But it's Meadowbrook.
Yeah. I'm Meadowbrook, the green and blue all the way.
Yeah,
let me ask you a question. I don't think I've asked about that question, but let me ask you the question now. Any secret where you can let you know will make you have an edge in terms of say you're a successful big time teacher, coach. What's your secret?
I wouldn't look at it as a secret. Develop.
Repeat, Freddie. Start over again, Freddie, because I go away and come in back. Start over.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, is basically the mentality we grew up with as a youngster in the inner city again. Because the thing is, when I was young, I don't have no little boyfriend. My friend them have some big man. My father friend was my friend. So them kind of teach me things differently. You know, me deal with the bad man, them the good. Because when I came to Marvel, you know, the man who really teach me to ride, he was a Donna Marvel at the time. But I couldn't school because I went up on the corner and make sure every little boy got to school. You know, it's just the environment I grew up in and me, you know, with this thing.
But as I said, Freddie, do you know everybody I know from inner city first time? That's what they said the Dons were for.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody couldn't stay home and go to school and idle and them something. Yeah.
The man, he would call me sometime and compliment me and say, boy, youth man, and Sammy boy, call me Sammy boy, John father. You look decent in a uniform, I'm like, when I have my khaki and thing and him just give you a compliment right through. You know? I grew up with that thing where, you know, the competitive nature of the sport. Any team I get involved in, I just have to do it to the best of my ability. But if I fail, it's not because I didn't try. When Miss McLaren told me now that I'm going to be a teacher, because she never really asked me, she tell me, I can be the best teacher I can be. Coaching, I didn't plan to, because I have so much nerves to I teach them. And people start telling me I coach good. Leighton Duncan came to Cavaliers for coach. When I went to Cavaliers as a coach, you know, Roy Welch and David Bernard were still there. Hazel can probably know that because Candice came to see him here with me. Yeah. And it was some big man, me I give physical exercise and then I respond. So I didn't know how it come. It just come naturally because of the environment I grew up in and all of that. But there's no secret to it, trust me.
Well, you have to tell
something strange happened after we win the triple champion at JC.
Yeah.
A big time coach, you know, who me look up to, I look up to like one of my mentors. So I say, Freddie, tell me something. You have a template for what you do at JC? So, you know, template. I never even think about it. I didn't write down anything. I wanted to coach without. I didn't even carry a piece of paper. I don't write down a thing. Lesson plan, I write lesson plan and I don't use them. I think it was a natural thing, you know. I most of the time write a lesson plan and teach something else. And it came up to, you know, so it was something natural, Jelly. It's just people who enhance that. Like for them, I was lucky to have Michael here.
Who the dread, yeah.
in coaching a Leighton Dunk and a Bradley Stewart and some other people. I'm always lucky to go around the right people.
Yeah, surroundings where you end up is like you know in the right environment where you get nurtured and a man take care. And your attitude too, Freddie. Your attitude like that too, because you always want to learn. I have the discipline unless a man cross the wrong way. You gotta follow instructions and listen to what the people might tell you. So yeah, that make a big difference.
So sometimes I have to kind of curb that I'm thinking of nowadays. But life, and you're gonna be who you are. You just have to shape your life as you go along.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not every day is Monday.
No.
So you have to change it up sometime. And the thing with me, though, whenever I do anything, if I say it is the truth, if I'm not sure, I'm not gonna say it. And even if it seems ugly to some people and they might consider it disrespectful and all of that, there's no good way to tell the truth.
No, that is true.
It's just one way to tell the truth. The truth is the truth, and that can't change. So I just keep telling the truth, doing what I believe in, and we keep going.
Yeah, that is a old-fashioned way to Freddie. But you're right, that's a mistake. You try to tell the truth. And sometimes people want to pretty it up or polish it up and you say, it's not going to make a difference. The truth that I come out certain ways. So, but yeah.
It might hurt you to a point, but when you consider it and say the truth, you just have to do it.
Yeah. All right, I think Hazel asked a question there already. No, she asked a different question. I asked a question here already. I know I'll wind up now after this last couple of questions. I mean, make Hazel ask the last question. Because she know the last question. I asked a couple of things before. Well, life lesson you learn at Meadowbrook, where you pass on to your family.
Be who you are and allow who you are to come out. Because some people, because of fear and other things, they don't come out and do what they want to. But at Meadowbrook, as I told you before, I was holding back a lot of things. But because of Meadowbrook, it came out. Couldn't hold it back. So what you do, if you have something you want to do it. Get rid of fear and go for it.
Meadowbrook allow you to express yourself.
Express yourself. Just be yourself. Get it and go.
Our message that I get to the current students or students who are come after this, because once it goes into the airwaves, it dead forever. As students that listen to this 10 years from now, 5 years from now, what message I give them for Meadowbrook? Or even a staff member who just come to Meadowbrook, what message I give them?
I want to get a message, but because of how I felt entering Meadowbrook, I would say go to Meadowbrook. It's a great place. Try to make it the best school ever. Because think about what it is, but what it can become. Because everything is there to be successful. You just have to use it. I went there with nothing. And I came out with a bag full of things. That's forever. Can't hungry.
A holy party. Literally.
It is there. If you go into Meadowbrook now, don't go there and say Meadowbrook, not this, Meadowbrook, not that.
They make it.
Make Meadowbrook.
Yeah,
Make Meadowbrook what it is. What it is. Here, improve Meadowbrook. What I can do to improve Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
Because all the talent is there, the opportunities is there. But you have to go, because you have some kids now, them go to school and because what they can get. Most athletes and all of those who will go Meadowbrook, them look at and say, Meadowbrook, now give me this, Meadowbrook, now give me that. Throw that aside and use the opportunities that are at Meadowbrook. Because there are a lot of opportunities there. You have to just open your arms wide and then embrace it.
Funny I bring that up, Freddie. When we start Meadowbrook, that's what my mindset in it. Like, what me can do for Meadowbrook, it's like that great John F. Kennedy line, think what you can do for your school and not what your school can do for you. And that they say, And that's exactly. That's the mentality you are. That's the mentality I had, I go to school and I look to say, I never want to go to a big school, Hazel. I want to go to school and I say I can contribute in a way where I can do something for the school. And Freddie sound like you have the same mentality like me. And a message I would want to pass on to anybody who come, a member of staff, who doesn't know how to hear this in the future. think where you are come to for the school? Because it might not exist yet. But like our friend said, him teach, him have a different way for teach, and the school allow you to be flexible and more a special way of work. You talk about, you set up a debating competition. Miss Barbara set up a debating competition out of your idea, what never existed before. And that's so the mentality make the place grow and make it vibrant, man. Because it's always, because a different mindset. You're not going to take, you're going to give.
Oh. And not even the opportunities are there for just you to go and unfold.
Yeah. Yeah, go there for perform. I go
further to say when I took the job at JC in 2005, everybody said JC was win the most money in cup, and my thing is that they said that there was no camping record. And my drive was to break. They never win a World Cup before.
Yeah.
I wanted to win the first one. That can be broken. They never win a triple before. I want to be the first to win a triple.
Yeah.
And you work towards those things, the opportunities are there. The book have everything that you need to succeed. Unfold it.
Yeah. A big time thing, man. A big time thing. Anyway, before we make Hazel ask the last question, I'm not sure the last question. Because the first we don't reach a set here. Before we go to the last, I have a question before that I'm going to ask you. Before we go to the last question, Freddie, you have any question, anything where you want to say, or any question anything we should ask that we never ask?
It's just I would have enough time in the because there's so much that
we can do a part 2 and a big thing.
I tell you, we have to do a part 2.
And a big thing, 2.5 hours upon this. Yes, any question you think me leave out, and I said, boy, I just should have asked for that, I mean, no, I got to do a part 2, but anything I know, I think, say, I could have asked for that. You do ask him, I never get a chance, so.
No, I'm all questioned out. Looking forward to part 2 because a lot of things.
Yeah, that we leave them on the edge, as they say. I said them do it.
Yeah, we want to go into the man that Freddie became.
Yeah. That's a different story, for sure. That's
a part.
A part of Meadowbrook too, because Freddie that and a part of Meadowbrook. So go ahead, Hazel, ask me last question because we can wrap it up.
I never have the last question.
Let me ask it then. Freddie, what made Meadowbrook magical?
I think magical. It's not something make magical, you know. When you look back at the people who found the Meadowbrook, that alone tell you that is a special place. And I am so happy that I was there to witness Reverend Henry Ward and that speech he delivered.
And meet him.
And meet him as a person. And my main thing was, if he was alive today, I would happily say that I did not disappoint him. You know, because this thing he said in the speech was, greatness cannot be bought or sold, which leads us to the same thing I said before. You can't just go and make a book ask for buy something and you have to go there and work for it. Don't expect it to come to you just like that.
Right.
Greatness is something that you have to work for and accomplish. So when that is what made the brook magical. It's a special place. It's a brook. So you know what brook, what connection with brook is water, something that's we need. So we have to understand that and know that is special about Meadowbrook.
Well, Freddie and Hazel, that is a good way to end this podcast.
Yes, that's very good.
Hazel, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Looking forward to some more videos. Hope you enjoyed yourself and appreciate you coming in. Come help me do this conversation with Freddie. So
yeah, man, Freddie's special. So
yeah.
Hazel, I can't let you go without mentioning Candice, because me and Candice are already my breakthrough.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The one person who calm me down even I get upset. One of the person who can't calm me down. So before you even close off, I must say thanks for Candace giving me the opportunity to come and hear. I mean, I say I'm cool and thing there, but you love Candace.
I will, definitely.
All right. Yeah, man.
All right, cool. Bless.
Good
This was
night,
a good
guys.
one. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one. Cool.
Good one.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to Meadowbrook Memories. And remember to give us all the support and encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week. And without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories, and he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince.